to our citizenry.
Almost €506,000 has been awarded to 3 sporting clubs in Gaeltacht areas under the Department's Community and Language Support Programme. Kilcar GAA Club will receive over €116,000 for the construction of new changing rooms. KG Rovers FC has been awarded more than €64,400 to refurbish its existing change rooms and referee room. Finally, Cloughaneely Golf Club has received the largest allocation of €327,500 to construct a new clubhouse, install a renewable energy system and provide new accessible parking facilities. Donegal Deputy Pat the Cope Gallagher's welcomed the funding, saying the club will now have to fundraise to match the grants.
Of course, while this is substantial funds, we must remember that the clubs will have to raise substantial funds also to match this. So great credit to the clubs who have submitted very professional applications, and thanks to the Minister for the Gaeltacht who has approved the funding.
Farmers are getting ready to set off later this morning to join their colleagues from across Europe at a protest in Brussels later in the week. They're concerned about the CAP budget, trade deals including Mercosur, and excessive regulation around the cost of doing business. They'll be driving tractors today from the Irish Farm Centre to Rosslare and will get on a ferry to France for the demonstration in Brussels on Thursday. Looking now to the weather forecast this morning, there'll be a mostly dry day with brighter, even sunny spells, maybe a few isolated showers, and highest afternoon temperatures of 6 to 10 degrees. That's all for now from the newsroom. Back with more at 10 o'clock.
Smart employers choose One for All. Reward your staff tax-free now up to €1,500 with gift cards that can be spent directly in-store and online with thousands of retailers on thousands of brands. Give cards physically or digitally. It's gifting made simple. Order One for All gift cards now at any post office or online at onpost.com/business gifting. Terms and conditions apply. The One for All gift card is issued by GVS Prepaid Europe Limited and regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
And now, it's time for the talk of the Northwest, the 9 to noon show with Greg Hughes on Highland Radio.
Hello, good morning, and you're very welcome along to the 9 till noon show here on Highland Radio. It's the start of another week. It's Monday the 15th of December, and it's 5 minutes past 9. How you all keeping? How was your weekend? I do hope you had a wonderful weekend. I was blessed with a fantastic weekend. On Saturday night, we were down at the Blue Stack Foundation's annual Purple Tie Ball, which is just a wonderful event to be a part of. And it was great to be down there and meet some lovely people. And then last night, Oakfield to see Santa. So it was packed weekend. So I hope yours was as good for you. 086 60 25,000. WhatsApps and text numbers to that number, 086 60 25,000. If you want to give us a call, it's 07491 25,000. And also, if you want to email comments at highlandradio.com. And just to invite you to watch the show if it suits you. Maybe you work at home, work in the home. We're on the YouTube app, which means you can watch us on your smart TV or your Fire Stick. So you can watch us the exact same as you might any of the This Morning TV shows or whatever else might be on at this time of the day. We're across our Facebook pages, just search Highland Radio, and on the X platform. So whichever way suits you, we love to have you on board. Right, let's have a look at the papers. Now, obviously, the Nationals are dominated by that horrific story from Australia, the massacre on Bondi Beach. And I was saying on social media yesterday, as the news was emerging, it kind of feels local, that story, because of the amount of our family and friends and neighbours that are over there. Sadly, many people lost their lives. There is some comfort in that. It appears none of them are from our part of the world, but that doesn't take away the loss from elsewhere. But I do know there were at least 2 or 3 people from Donegal who were on the beach at that time. They were just chilling out around about 7 o'clock, and these gunshots began to ring out, and they fled for their lives. Some taking shelter in nearby apartments, others managing to make their way home. I have been in contact with some of the family of some of those that were caught up in it, too traumatised to speak, as you can imagine, but maybe in time they will have a story to tell. But you can only imagine the trauma, because it was not far off this time yesterday as it all unfolded. But We'll read more about that in the national newspapers. I want to start with the locals, and this is a story we've been tracking, of course, very closely, and we'll be speaking to some of the key people representing the fishing industry in this hour. Fishing communities in Donegal are reeling after this weekend's European Union agreement in Brussels, which has been described as a betrayal of the Irish fishing industry. The deal includes quota reductions and the removal of long-standing protection mechanisms which had safeguarded coastal fishing communities for nearly 50 years. A. O'Donnell, who I'll speak to in a moment, CEO of the Irish Fish Producers Organisation, that's the country's largest established fish producing group, expressed deep sense of betrayal, shock and anger within our, to quote him, coastal communities. The Derry News this morning, Derry City and Strabane District Council have agreed to provide 25,000 in funding for an undisclosed sporting event scheduled for next year. Members of December's Business and Culture Committee were asked to approve an application received from the National Events Subvention Fund, which will provide £25,000 of the fund's total £35,000 budget for an international sporting event planned for next September. What might that be? Is that when the yachts are up? In September? I don't know. So possibly it could be for that. Who's to say? Can't imagine what else it might be. What else might be happening up here? Right, on to the Nationals now, and the two gunmen involved in the Bondi Beach shooting were a father and son, police have revealed, which is really remarkable in and of itself. The 50-year-old father was shot dead by police during the attack. His son, Naveed Akram, 24, remains in a critical but stable condition in hospital under police guard, sources told Australia's ABC. Akram, a recently unemployed bricklayer from Sydney, had told his family he was going away for the weekend. A 10-year-old girl was among the 15 people killed, and there were 38 more injured during the Hanukkah celebrations in Sydney yesterday. The Hanukkah celebrations. A driver's licence in the name of Naveed Akram found at the scene lists his address as Bonnyrigg in Sydney's southwest, where police carried out a raid last night. The father had went to Australia on a student's visa back in 2009, I believe it was. His son, who was the other gunman, was born and bred in Australia. What's interesting is that in 2019, his son come under the scrutiny of police in Australia. They believed that he had some sort of an association with radical Islam, or always being radicalized. So they investigated him, and at that time, this is 6 years ago, at that time it was deemed that there was no immediate threat from him. But what is the function of having that information and investigating it? Obviously coming to a conclusion that some elements of it are true, but then not doing anything. Is there not a de-radicalization program that people could be put on? I don't know. I don't want to sound naive. But, the police had knowledge of the son, and they had knowledge that he was being radicalized. Well, unconfirmed reports suggest Akram was originally from Pakistan. Social media posts from an Islamic centre in Australia show Akram completed religious studies in 2022. The attack is being treated as a terrorist incident and is one of the deadliest acts of anti-Semitic violence in Australian history. We are not looking for a further offender, Malcolm Lanyon, the Commissioner of New South Wales Police, told a press conference after earlier reports they were seeking a third person, though I don't know how they could rule that out at this stage. But anyway, Mr. Lanyon said the older gunman had licences for 6 firearms which had been used in the terror attack, and all were recovered from the scene. If you or anyone, maybe you have tuned in from Australia to see what the coverage back at home is of this awful incident, or maybe you have a family member, if they would like to give us some sense of what it was like in that moment, please feel free to contact us. You can message me on Facebook or the station, or me personally, just in case that suits you better. But give us a ring here at the radio station, 086 60 25,000. Sorry, that's not the number, that's the WhatsApp, 086 60 25,000. Or call us on 07491 25,000. The blister pack story is continuing to rumble on. Some pharmacies have been wrongly charging the government for issuing so-called blister packs. So these are the packs where your tablets are issued and they're on a daily or even certain times of the day, so you know what you're taking. The packs hold daily dosages of tablets in separate plastic pockets so patients know exactly which medicines to take on which day. Health Minister Jennifer Cara McNeil yesterday said certain pharmacies were wrongly charging the taxpayer for the service. She said there are people who pay for blister packs and always have done. It's a private service that has never been covered by the state, a private service that pharmacists offer to their patients, which is exactly what Tom Murray of the Pharmacy Union had told us when we first started talking about this story before anyone else was. Some of them charge, this is continuing to quote the minister, some of them charge 5, 10 or 15 euro. I've spoken to people who've been paying that for years and years, and that's to make medication more convenient and safer for different people. She continued, what the state has always paid for and continues to pay for is what's called phased dispensing. Again, this was information that was clarified to us at the start of this story. So there's some drugs that are very dangerous, opioid drugs, codeine, drugs like that, and we've paid pharmacists to give it to patients weekly instead of monthly so that they're getting a reduced amount for safety reasons. What's happened up to now is that some pharmacists, not all but some, she said, have been given blister packs wrongly under that scheme and charging the state. So what she's suggesting there is that some pharmacists were giving these tablets that could be dispensed monthly, they were giving them out in blister packs. But I suppose they were making a shout as to each individual patient of theirs. The Irish Times, intense talks seem to be continuing with a view to ending the war in Ukraine. US President Donald Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff said last night that a lot of progress was made at Berlin talks on a possible Ukraine peace deal. Talks between Ukraine and US officials on proposals for a settlement ended after more than 5 hours yesterday and will resume today. They went on for more than 5 hours and ended for today with an agreement to resume tomorrow morning. The Ukrainian advisor told reporters. Ukraine seems to be dropping its demand for NATO membership. I don't know how they're going to deal with the territory that Russia has taken from Ukraine at this point. That just really does seem to be the sticking block. On to the Irish Daily Mirror now, and the criminal justice system in Northern Ireland has much more to do to effectively protect children from sexual exploitation and prosecute offenders, a new report has said. Jackie Durkin, Chief Inspector of Criminal Justice, said she was concerned staffing and deployment pressures were affecting the PSNI's public protection branch, impacting its response to child sexual exploitation, which is incredibly serious, and I can never understand how resources can't be sufficient, particularly in that area. And on a much lighter note, Lee Gooch was talking about cooking his turkey for the first time. That should be fun. The biggest Christmas emergencies, though, include forgetting to defrost the turkey. I seem to recall that happening in our house, you know. When I mean the home house. Leaving someone off the gift list and running out of wrapping paper, the latter one easily sorted. A poll of 2,000 adults uncovered the nation's top festive fumbles, with the top 25 also featuring dropping the turkey while taking it out of the oven. A quarter of people have done that. Many added forgetting to collect relatives and blowing a fuse thanks to the display of Christmas lights. What's your Christmas faux pas? What's the funniest or weirdest thing that's happened in your house? Did you drop the turkey? Did you forget to defrost it? Is there something else we're missing? Let me know, just to lighten things up a bit. We are a broad church here on the 9 till Noon Show. We do like a laugh as well. So if you've got any Christmas stories that come out every now and again over a tipple or whenever, share them with us. 086 60 25,000. We'd love a laugh or to hear, or a cringe, whichever it might be. It's all good, and we can absolve you of the story if it's something that you've not managed to get rid of your conscience. Share it with us and we'll share it out there anonymously if you wish, and then the weight's off your shoulders. And finally, eating a meal before boozing does not prevent a hangover the next day, say researchers. Lining your stomach is widely believed to avert a headache by slowing the stomach's absorption of alcohol. But a study of 32 people who went drinking 3 times found more than half woke up feeling groggy despite a hearty meal beforehand. Now, I think they're studying the wrong thing there. Does anyone think eating, I think it's going to reduce a hangover? I think it's more too about how you can manage the drink rather than avoiding a hangover. You know, you do sometimes need a hangover to make sure that you don't do it all the time. Right, 086 60 25,000. That's the WhatsApp and text line for anything you want to talk about today. Just to let you know, a little later on in the programme today, we're giving away €1,000. So this week we've got 5 €1,000 in a car, effectively. Is the car going on Friday or the following week, Caroline? It's the 23rd, so that's not next week, isn't it? All right, so we've got £5,000 to give away this week and then a car the following week. The car's, it's only worth over €35,000. You could be in with a chance to win that, or one of the 5,000s. So it's not too late to get your tickets. It still represents good value. 6 draws in total, 5 for €1,000 and 1 for a car. Beautiful Renault Symbioz worth over €35,000 on 261 plates with all your mod cons, all your driving assistance, your big screen, your wireless charging, your Apple or Android Play. It's all there, and it's a family-sized car as well, and it's worth over €35,000. Someone's going to win that, and as I say, just to keep it interesting for you for this week, we've got €1,000 to give away. We're going to be giving away that €1,000 before 12. So if you have your ticket, relax, enjoy, you're in. If you haven't, you can get it right now. They're €15 each, or 5 for a tenner. But obviously only play if you have a little bit of spare cash and you can have a bit of fun with it because you're a fully grown adult, and if you have it, you can do that. Right, so 1 ticket for 15, 5 for 50. Give us a call here at the radio station. We'll get you in that draw for the 1,000 today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the car. 07491 25,000 is how you get your tickets. Ideally, go to the website, highlandradio.com. It's perfectly safe and secure, but if you want to give us a call, we'll hook you up. And you could literally, the funny thing is about draws and the way it's done, because the trombola is rotated and mixed and all that kind of stuff. The person who buys a ticket this morning could win the grand with the same odds as the person that bought the first ticket. That is the look of a open draw. Right, we're going to be breaking down exactly the consequences for Ireland and I suppose for us in relation to the latest fish deal, or fishing deal, or however you want to phrase it. That's coming up. We're going to be joined by Brendan Byrne, actually, of the Irish Fish Processors and Exporters Association. So stay tuned for that.
Newspapers are kindly supplied by Cosgrove Centra, Mountaintop Letterkenny. Now with the new look Mountaintop Diner.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, offering low-rate car loans with fast approval. Apply online at letterkennycu.ie or in office today.
As your bump gets bigger, sleeping on your side helps keep your baby safe. It's okay if you wake up on your back at night, just turn on to your side again. Visit mychild.ie for advice on pregnancy, baby and toddler health.
At Super Value, get Super Value Signature Taste Hampshire Ham 1.4 kilo, only $10.99. Super Value Smoked Salmon 300 gram, now half price. And Brussels sprouts and parsnip bags 500 gram and carrot bags 1 kilo, 49 cents each. Check your rewards app for vouchers and make it a Christmas with a difference at Super Value.
Introducing Flow for Men, my new fragrance collection of products created to keep you feeling fresh and looking sharp. The ideal gift for the man in your life. Find Flow in pharmacies nationwide or online at flowbybogue.com. Start every day with confidence.
Halfway House Christmas Bingo this Monday night at Halfway House Burnfoot. An extra €1,000 to be won on the night. €3,500 must go. Plus, sit beside prizes. The snowball on 45 numbers or less. That's Halfway House Bingo tonight at 8:30.
Do you need the perfect last-minute gift? Give the gift of unforgettable moments with a Century Complex gift card this Christmas. The card can be used throughout the entire complex, from dining and movies to golf and play. One card, endless experiences at Century Complex. Get yours in-store or online now. Call 07491 21976 or visit centurycinemas.ie.
If you need advice on what's best for coughs, colds, sore throats or flu, just ask at your local Brennan's Pharmacy. If you need advice on vitamins and tonics or how to take your medicines correctly, just ask at your local Brennan's Pharmacy. Whether it's backaches, headaches or tummy aches, your Brennan's Pharmacy team can help. If you need advice from someone you trust, We're here for you at your local Brennan's Pharmacy, Letterkenny, Buncrana, Clonmany and Creaslow.
Highland Radio Time Checks brought to you by EirGrid, the operator and developer of Ireland's electricity grid. EirGrid, powering up communities, powering up Ireland. The time is?
The time's 9:22. The last time I was speaking to our next guest on the programme, it was quite an upbeat conversation. Fishing representatives had just come from a meeting with Micheál Martin. There was a sense that he got the issues and a plan could be worked on to insulate the industry, perhaps from further reduction or what have you. Brendan Byrne of the Irish Fish Processors and Exporters Association, a different mood today off the back of the latest fishing quota negotiations. Minister of State for Fisheries Timmy Dooley has said that the outcome of an EU fishing quota agreement for next year will present a very real challenge for fishermen, as fishing organisations say the agreement could impact 2,300 jobs in coastal communities. A very real challenge sounds like something of an understatement.
It is. It's what we are facing is complete devastation and complete anger and frustration at the European Commission, because this has been the ultimate betrayal by them. This relates to the Hague Preference, which is a deal that was entered into by Ireland in November 1976. And we entered into that deal on that occasion to permit 6 countries access to the Irish EEZ. And in return, the EEC, as it was then, gave an insurance policy to us that if stocks fell, we would be given a minimum level of fish always to fish in our own waters. And they revoked that unilaterally at the Council of Ministers meeting last Friday after 3 days of discussion.
Why would they do that? Because in the wider scale of things, this is a blip in terms of, I suppose, you know, the entire income from Europe, the various countries that might have a stake in this, that or that. Right. Why would countries like France, Germany and Poland, the Netherlands do this to us?
Well, of course, they put their own vested interests greater than the common good of the EU. We're all told that we're equal citizens in the European Union. That is not the case when it comes to fisheries. Those 4 countries are operating what's an equivalent to a fisheries apartheid regime towards Ireland. There's an anti-Irish bias, and the decision that they reached last Friday, those 4 countries, in blocking a vote even being taken, because the majority of the countries would have backed Ireland, but they used the procedures of the Council of Ministers to get a blocking minority in order to scupper this 49-year-old deal. But their intent on destroying the Irish fishing industry, and you might ask, and the listeners might ask, why? Well, of course, if they destroy the Irish fishing fleet and the Irish processing sector, the Dutch and the Germans and the French have the entire Irish waters to themselves. And this is a war of aggression on the part of these 4 member states towards Ireland. And what is really sad is that the European Commission, which have a duty of responsibility and care to small member states, completely failed in that duty.
So they flex
their blind eye and turned their back on Ireland.
So they flex their collective muscle then to ensure that their own fishermen get a better deal, and it's at our expense.
They used the procedures of the Council of Ministers, they flexed their muscles, and they went bald-headed at Ireland in an act of aggression in order to destroy this industry. And as far as I'm concerned, the European Commission and Commissioner were complicit in that. And this speaks to a wider frame. How corrupt really is Europe in making decisions? And that is something that will emanate from this.
What do we do next, though? Are you content with the representation from the Minister of State for Fisheries, Timmy Dooley? Because we have seen in the past, you know, some concern that maybe between the jigs and the reels, a strong enough fight was not being put up. Was this a strong fight on behalf of Ireland that was presented that could not really win against the powerhouses we're talking about?
With regard to Minister Timmy Dooley, in the 25 years I've been following fishing, never have I seen a more robust and comprehensive battle put up by any minister than I did over the last 3 days of the Council of Ministers. He held up the entire meeting, but once a blocking minority was invoked, the game was over for Ireland. It's an aggressive move on these countries, but in terms of where we are, we need to get more aggressive ourselves in how these vessels access Irish waters. They're out there fishing. It's unfettered access. There's no control or enforcement. There's no oversight of these countries. They're fishing what they want, when they want out there.
This is what I don't understand, though. The problems that we have now, you could place predominantly, if not entirely, at the door of third countries, which we discussed last week, right? Why are we paying the price for the unfettered access that third countries have? Why, rather than scrapping this formula that was there, why aren't they saying, right, we really need to crack down on the third countries plundering these waters?
Well, the same third countries that are plundering the waters and have caused this problem, that's going to cost Ireland in excess of 200 million euros in the next 12 months. And its fault is with the third countries. But those same third countries have vested interest in perhaps some of these four countries that formed the blocking minority against Ireland. The entire European fisheries project has become very complicated.
But that's not the European
and overlapping. And that is where the Commission have failed to distill down and get to the granular detail.
But that's not the European Union, Brendan. The European Union is a collection of countries that come together, shared responsibilities, blah, 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 blah. Yet we have this wart of third countries that seem to have, influence and say and sway. That's not what a union is about. I mean, this really, you could argue, undermines the whole EU project. It'll never be seen like that because it doesn't suit certain countries to do so. But that's what it is. It undermines the union.
The basic principles of the Treaty of Rome and every treaty since then were not upheld by the European Commission in regard to Ireland at the Council of Minister meetings for the last 3 days that the discussion was on. They failed to protect a small member state that was contributing the most by way of 12 to 13% of the European waters. We were completely shafted by the European Commission. There was a flawed decision, as I see it, taken by the Council of Ministers on the part of these four countries, and we need to look at what is the overarching and overlapping business interests of these four countries that made them take this decision in single-handedly revoking a 49-year arrangement. Now, this arrangement is going to affect every segment of the fleet, from the whitefish to the pelagic, inshore, offshore. This is a devastating result for Ireland. And the government of the day need to take legal action. They need to summons the Commissioner to Ireland to get an explanation as to why he failed in his duty in defending Ireland. This goes much deeper. This goes to the heart of how Europe is functioning, or in the case of Ireland, it is misfunctioning. There is no benefit in terms of Irish fishing industry of being part of any European Union. This has exposed it. It has laid it bare. As far as I'm concerned, the common fisheries policy needs to be renamed as a colonial fisheries policy, because we are at the butt end of every decision that's been taken by the European Commission in regard to fishing for the last 30 to 40 years. But last Friday was by far the worst decision taken by any European Commission in the history of the EEC.
What are the consequences for the industry then, in terms of, I suppose, fishing boats, what they'll have access to, and of course then in terms of processing what may be landed here? Are we looking at very well-established businesses, if this goes as planned, very well-established businesses simply saying, there isn't the product for us to either go out and catch, or there won't be the product to produce, because we hear like it could threaten that million and it could threaten those jobs, right? And we've had this over the generations. This feels very different. This feels like actually we know what's coming down the track. So 2026 onwards, unless we get some sort of a break here, what actually does it mean for, I suppose we could start with Killybegs and then talk about the fishing industry generally?
We have never been in this particular spot. This is the darkest of darkest hours that was ever forced on the Irish fishing industry. Since 2020, which is just 5 years ago, through European Commission decisions and treaty decisions or the TCA, the European Union has taken from Ireland 68% of the value of all the fish that we processed in 2020, inside of 5 years. So this decision, the final decision they took in terms of the Hague preferences, takes another 20 million euros from us. We are now in a situation where for vessels at sea from Killybegs, they could be fishing for less than 10 to 12 days in the year. For factories, we may well be down to 2 to 3 weeks work. Compare that to 2020, 2019, where factories were working for 3 to 5 months. Vessels were at sea for 3 to 4 months. We are in uncharted, unprecedented territory, and it is all resulting from policy decisions that were taken by the European Commission that singled out Ireland. Every country in the common fishery policy has relative stability keys that are there to protect them. Twice in 5 years, they have ignored the relative stability key, that guarantee that gives Ireland the minimum amount of fish. They have broken them in Brexit. They have broken them now in terms of the Hague preferences. There is an anti-Irish bias by the EU Commission, and this has to be escalated now nationally.
Yeah, but this feels personal though, because like it is a phrase that maybe sounds derogatory, but there is no doubt that we are the good boys of Europe, and that's what we're trying to be. We toe the line. We do what we're told. We very, very rarely go against what Ursula says, for an example. We put ourselves out there on geopolitical issues right at the very front of it, when really it's not advantageous for us to do that as a small nation, be it in the future down to sort of any military activity or financial activity or disruption of undersea cables or whatever it might be, right? We've really stuck our necks on the line here. And the reward, if I could put it like that, the reward for that is to slap us down. And if I were representing the people of Ireland, I would feel this very personal like me. It's like being shafted by your best friend. It's like being in a coercive, controlling relationship, right? And you allow yourself to be coercively controlled, but then you get further punished for, being a good person. Now, I'm not talking coercive control in terms of domestic violence and all that. I'm not in any way trying to belittle that. But do you get where I'm coming from? Like, our reward for everything I've just outlined is to be taken the complete pee out of.
Mm-hmm. No, I fully get what you're saying in terms of if the European Union is what it's supposed to be, an association of equal member states, then I shouldn't be on here today talking to you. But it's not. There is something fundamentally flawed in how the common fishery policy is being applied across Europe. There's something completely flawed in how the European Commission are dealing with Ireland in terms of fishery policy for the last 20 years, but particularly for the last 5. So we need to, as a member state and as a sovereign state, take a decision. Are we going to fight for fishing at the escalated level of head of state, right through to the president of the EU Commission, Ursula von der Leyen? It's pointless for her to talk about the suppression of Ukraine if she's failing to address the suppression of the Irish fishing industry, because the very commission that she's president of is actively destroying the Irish fishing industry, while other member states are benefiting exponentially from that. We need to get our priorities right here.
Yeah. I'll let you go now, but the problem we have here is that I can't talk to the weekend coverage, but there's nothing on this on the front page of RTE's website, and I could find very little about it in the newspapers. So therefore, if I were a government advisor speaking into the government ears, you say, well, listen, this is blowing over. It's not really getting any traction, which really is quite regrettable when we get up to high dough about a bike shed for a couple of $100,000. But it's another example of, unfortunately...
I'm not sure that it was. It was the main news item all Saturday and all...
I know, but today's Monday. Monday, so,
But unfortunately, Greg, there will be many more days that I'll have to come on here when I'll be talking about 50, 100, 200 job losses.
Finally,
factories closing. And that is where we're heading. Yeah. Now, whether the government of Ireland or the EU Commission want to address that here and now, or whether they want to wait until the economic Armageddon hits us, they're going to have to address it, because this is not going away. And the decision that they took on Friday was by far the worst decision taken by any commission ever.
Finally, you talked about
flawed and illegal.
At the start of this interview, I talked about the meeting last week where it was positive. The government got the issues, a framework would be worked on to support the industry. Presumably those at that meeting didn't know this was coming. Does that framework now have to expand to keep the fishing industry going until such time as we can get a better deal, or what does just contextualize where we are now in the context of that meeting, because it feels like a very different space?
Of course, it's a very different space, and there's a renewed sense of urgency in terms of the financial framework. But in many ways, the financial framework is, however critically important it is, unless we reset the narrative with the EU Commission and put clearly to the EU presidency that Ireland can no longer be shafted, that the Irish fishing industry is not to be pimped out to the rest of Europe. Unless we get that into Ursula von der Leyen's head and every other commissioner that sits around that table, then it's irrelevant what framework you're going to put in, because we're on a downward trajectory. There's two things here. The EU Commission have to give the respect that's in the common fishery policy to Ireland that they're given to every other member state, which they have failed to do in the last 20 to 30 years. This anti-Irish policy, this apartheid policy that they have towards the Irish fishing industry has to stop. There is two things at play here, but the framework, you correctly say, is critical, is absolutely critical if this industry is to survive at all. But equally as important is the narrative at Europe. Those that are taking decisions that have spent their lifetime shafting Irish fishermen and Irish fishing women and the processing sector have to be challenged, and they have to be challenged head on.
I don't know the wider implications for Europe, but if countries can band together and circumvent a vote or the use of a veto on this issue, what's next? What else could we, on a much broader scale, be it military, whatever it might be, if you can do this on this, what does that say about potentially, people should start taking an interest in this, even if they're not interested in fishing, because what next could big countries circumvent a vote and vetoes on?
Absolutely. A 49-year arrangement entered into solemnly has been revoked by 4 countries that have heavily vested interests that are overarching, and they took out a member state in plain sight of the Commission, and the Commission stood idly by. You're 100% right. Today, it's the fishing that have been shafted by the European project. Tomorrow, it could be anything. This is the beginning of what I consider a new European project, and it's not good or positive towards Ireland. We are going to be on the receiving end of a great deal of negative European decisions. We have seen it last Friday, and it's the start of a trend where Ireland will be shafted unless we become more vocal, more aggressive, and stop pandering to Europe.
Brendan Byrne of the Irish Fish Processors and Exporters Association, thank you for your time.
The 9 till noon show with Letterkenny Credit Union. Simplify your debts with a debt consolidation loan from Letterkenny Credit Union. Call us on 074 910 2126 or apply online via our app or in office today.
Have you been switching things up since last time, Claire, like we discussed?
Yes. I've been on a switching roll. Breakfast for lunch, dinner for breakfast, left shoe on the right foot, and vice versa. Looks well, doesn't it? Walking the cat, letting the ducks feed me.
Wonderful, Claire.
Switching things up is good for you. That includes your energy supplier. When you do, know the CRU is your energy ally. Get advice and know your rights. Visit cru.ie.
ZYXWVUT.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. And we're not talking about Christmas. We're talking about ordering your 261 at iMotors. The most loved Nissan offer is back. 4K your way. Right now, get €4,000 off a brand new Nissan. Use it as a finance contribution or a trade-in booster. From the ever-popular Qashqai with comfort, tech and reliability to the sporty Juke, the head-turning electric Aria and the spacious X-Trail, we have the perfect car for you. Plus, the new Micra and new Leaf are on the way and landing in the new year. Visit iMotors Letterkenny or Malin today.
Everyone loves going to the cinema. That's why an Eclipse Cinemas gift voucher is the perfect Christmas present. They aren't just for kids, but all the family. Even little Miss Hard to Buy For, we all have one of them. And when you buy an Eclipse Cinemas gift voucher, you now get 10% extra free. Available on our Bundoran and Lifford Cinemas or at eclipsecinemas.com. Vouchers don't expire and can even be used for dine-in screen options and VIP cinema experiences.
At Joe McGee Butchers, we have all your needs to make your Christmas dinner extra special this year. If it's a fresh whole turkey or turkey breast fillet in a vac-pack cooking bag with a cooking pop-up timer, a delicious ham joint or succulent dry-aged sirloin steak, call in today to the award-winning Joe McGee's Butchers, Letterkenny Shopping Centre, where we have your Christmas all wrapped up.
Christmas comes to life at Sweeney's Hotel, Dunlow. Join us Friday, December 19th for our festive Christmas party. Bubbly on arrival, a seasonal 3-course dinner and DJ Ed for €40 per person. Then ring in 2026 with a 4-course feast and DJ Fergal for €60 per person. Reserve now at Sweeney's Hotel on 074 952 1085.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union. Digital loans now available. Apply online or via our app today and get your loan transferred directly to your current account.
Come and enjoy the brand new menus at the Water's Edge Rathmullen. Now open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Treat yourself to the freshly prepared dishes made with the best local produce in our stunning waterfront setting. Booking advisable on 07498915352 or via the Water's Edge Hotel Rathmullen on Facebook.
Christmas has arrived at Patterson's. Christmas trees and decorations now on display. Christmas gifts from Hollywood mirrors to wall art to home fragrances. You'll find the perfect gift at Patterson's. Large range of dining tables and chairs, sofas, mattresses and bedroom furniture in stock and ready to take home today. Open Monday to Saturday 9 to 5:30 p.m. Coffee shop open on the first floor, serving hot lunches and free coffee. Patterson's, the Hall, Lifford, for everything you need this Christmas.
Don't know if you know Alison Pat, late 40s, couple of kids, been together 17 years. Never married, of course, but that's not a problem. Until something happens, and suddenly words like unmarried, inheritance, and substantial tax bill enter the equation. You never need proper estate planning. Until you do. That's why the experienced team at McElhenney & Associates are here to help. Find us online or call 074 917 5989. McElhenney & Associates, Solicitors, Stranraer.
T-Shirt Express has moved. You'll now find us beside C&M Embroidery, Lismonaghan, Letterkenny. We're still your go-to spot for custom T-shirts, workwear, gifts and balloons. Just in a fresh new location. You can still reach us on the same number, 086 343 3504. T-Shirt Express, now beside C&M Embroidery, Lismonaghan, Letterkenny.
Need safe, reliable scaffolding? Brown Scaffolding and Labour Limited St Johnstone has you covered. They erect, dismantle, hire and provide labour-only services across the northwest. Commercial, industrial, domestic and defective block rebuilds. Call 087 622 7040. Brown Scaffolding. Your safety, our priority.
Highland Radio weather updates with McElhenney's. Find Christmas inspiration for everyone, from top beauty gifts to perfect last-minute ideas. Visit us in Ballybuffet to explore the full range or shop online anytime at mcelhenneys.com.
So, any mist and fog clearing now to give way to a mostly dry day with brighter, even sunny spells. A few isolated showers may affect our region, though. Highest temperature 6 to 10 degrees with a mostly light southwesterly or variable breeze, but fresher across the northwest. Right, Leonard Watson of the Letterkenny Chamber. Good morning to you, Leonard. Thanks for joining us. It's good to have you in. And also Jimmy Stafford, the president of Letterkenny Chamber. Good morning, Jimmy.
Morning, Greg. Morning, everyone.
Right, now, listen, there's been various parties involved in trying to make it as easy as possible for people to come in and out of Letterkenny. The Letterkenny Chamber themselves had issued statements in relation to this. It comes up at virtually every council meeting, obviously, from our perspective. We are a news organisation, so we have to reflect that. If the Letterkenny Chamber send in a press release saying they're worried about traffic, we have to cover that. If local councillors themselves are saying it, and some of them business people, we can't ignore that either. But we also do have to make sure that the exact reality of the whole picture is out there. And Leonard, I'll start with you as a business owner in Letterkenny. I've said this on the show on numerous occasions. You know, Letterkenny is there. It's open for business. It's open at night time. There's a lot going on, and you know there are times where it can be difficult getting in and out. People can get that frustration, but generally speaking, you know, the town's there, ready to go, ready to offer, as everyone knows.
Yeah, it was funny. We were just chatting there on the way in. It was a perfect morning for us this morning, Greg, because traffic's moving great around the town.
I wonder why that is. Is there no schools on or something?
No, it's just, do you know what, we're just saying it's one of these anomalies. Like, I was probably about 7 minutes early for school.
Straight into work,
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, we're saying, Greg, we know there's issues with traffic, but our issues with traffic is the same with most towns. Actually, I was chatting to one from Buncrana last day. Traffic in the morning is tough in Buncrana. Like. We know traffic up to about, well, this morning, you say 9:20 is busy, like, and we know in the evenings it's busy. But where we're trying to come across, like, in between that time, Letterkenny moves as normal. Like, you know, you said there a couple of weeks ago yourself that you went downtown, you did your business, you came back. You know, you didn't get stuck. But it's just perception sometimes on social media. Like, you know, like there was a post there 3 weeks ago. A person put up, Letterkenny's jammed, avoided. And there was a picture now which looked like the 4-lane. And it was actually a motorway in England. Like, you know, but I only knew because a customer rang me, she said, can't get in, Leonard, the 4-lane's jammed. I said, why, what's happening there? She's all... And so I went to the post and I actually looked at it. It was 3 lanes on both sides. It was and to put it in context, there was a crash down at the retail park. No, it did delay traffic, but the 4-lane wasn't jammed. Like, you know, it's just sometimes people put up posts and they don't think of the damage that they're doing to the town. Like, you know, it's definitely affecting footfall because you see it in social media. Oh, I'm avoiding Letterkenny now. Traffic's terrible, not there. Traffic's not terrible. Traffic at certain times in the day is tough. But every big town has the same issue. Like.
Are they Jimmy? What times are they then? The morning, school time. Then there's a lapse, and then people going home from work. Or what?
So I was chatting over the weekend, and last week a few retailers, and I was in town myself yesterday, and just chatting to people. So if you look at it, right, and take one statistic alone, you have 4,000 second level school children going to school every morning in Letterkenny. Add in 5,000 to ATU and add in all the workers as well. So I always look at it between that benchmark about 8 a.m. to about 9:30. And again, this morning being the exception, and some other mornings, really busy then. So I think then if you look at, say, from now, 10 o'clock onwards, right into about 3 p.m, you'll move around freely enough. Now, Greg, as we go into this week and next week, it is going to be really busy, right? And even at the weekend, I was in town myself on Saturday afternoon. It was busy. I got into town, but I just had to wangle my way around to get into various shopping centres and into car parks. So, and then if you look at, say, from about 4:45 onwards till about 5:30, you've all those people going home, school children, buses and the whole lot. So then it starts to get busy again. And I think, you know, I was chatting, as Lena was saying, I was chatting to people. I know we talk about the country, but we're talking about Letterkenny now. But certainly, like a lot of urban towns around Ireland are struggling now with infrastructure and traffic. I was in Monaghan myself last Wednesday, and it took me half an hour just to get into Monaghan town itself. So I suppose the message we're trying to get out as a chamber is that balance, Greg, to say, yes, at times, you know, if you're sitting in traffic, it can be very frustrating and you're trying to get to an appointment and all that sort of stuff. And one of the things, and it might sound mad, but it's kind of planning that journey a bit better. And for example, if I have a meeting in town at 9 o'clock, I'm kind of leaving that 15 minutes earlier now than I used to, because I know I'm going to be stuck. I come from the mountaintop the same direction as you, Greg, so I might be in those 2 lanes coming up. So it's just that planning bit as well. But I think to echo what Leonard is saying, I think, you know, it's nearly like, I was using the analogy that if you write an angry email to someone and you kind of say, I might just hold off, I'll walk away and not send it yet, and then they come back and say, maybe I should say something differently. I think it's if people are posting stuff up, just to be wary of what you're posting, what you're saying, and the impact that can have. And if I can just throw one example, not an example, Greg, but again, talking to some retailers, I suppose for them the impact is that, you know, if their trade is down, it has a knock-on impact on jobs. And what by jobs is part-time jobs, that they may not need the 5 extra people that they... So it's just think before you post.
Can I just play devil's advocate here? Because I'm very much in favour of... I go into Letterkenny myself, as I've said 100 times. But... like we're sort of putting the blame at people that might put something on social media, but the idea that maybe if we could have given these roadworks a break till Christmas, and the powers that be didn't do that, is that not really where the blame lies, rather than Karen putting a post up? I'll say Karen because I didn't mean that actually, because there's associations with that name. Mary putting a. Do you get where I'm coming from?
But Greg, the only thing I'll say to you, I know you're talking about the roadworks, and we're probably chatting about outside the hospital there, and that maybe affects in the morning, but that's not affecting traffic during the day. So again, another post somebody put up there recently about the Ballyrain roadworks. This is going to be terrible. But I actually rang the guy and I said, "You do know that work's been done at night?" "Oh, I didn't know that." But that post, how many people seen that post and thought this is going to be?
Would it be benefit, say, for instance, the Chamber, who have your own social media platforms and what have you, or even through advertisement, whatever it might be, will put out, say, it's 10 a.m, traffic moving well in Letterkenny, come on down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in other words, to counter that narrative that's out there, so when you know that, get that message out there yourselves.
Yeah. I absolutely, Greg, and this is the start, and thanks for letting us on this morning as well to talk about that. And it's going back to that balance bit, if you like, and striking that balance. And a notice on us and the businesses as well to put on their own social media. Look, we're open for business. There's parking available up at the cathedral. There's parking available here, there.
There has to be a counter narrative,
Absolutely, yeah. And get that, Greg. And I think
you have probably collectively 600,000 people on all your social medias.
Yeah,
that's what I'd be doing anyway.
Yeah, and I think the other thing I would say, Greg, and again, at the weekend, yesterday I was talking to a retailer, it's just be a bit patient over the next week and a half too. And one retailer was telling me yesterday he could see out in the car park there was a lot of argy-bargy going on with cars trying to muscle in here and there. So just be a little bit extra patient over the next 10 days especially, which is the key time for retail.
But you can't be going into a big shopping area at Christmas and going around and getting your stuff either too. You know, I mean, that's why people, I think, should persist, because any thriving town, try and get around Dublin, try and get around Galway. Everybody, we sort of get a tendency where we want everyone else to be off the road except us, because we've got our thing to do.
Asking people too, Greg, to park up, go to your shop and go have a cup of coffee. You know, at the end of the day, this is so important. The next 9 days is so important to retail and hospitality. This is the time that gets them through them quiet months.
Yeah, the January, February, and March.
So it's been mindful. We always have people be mindful what they post or what they say, because it does affect people. I say when we have customers coming on and saying, "Geez, town's quiet around today," and you're saying, "No, well, this is where it is." Oh, so seeing this on post. It's just be mindful what you're putting up, and it does.
See, there's 3 pinch points, and then once you're inside those,
you're grand.
You're grand. You see, that's the thing.
Yeah, I think it's going back to we keep using that balance word, I think, as well. But look, the other thing, Greg, there's no doubt, and we all know, and you're talking about it for years, Letterkenny is now all but city in the name, when you look at it. And with a city, any city brings its own issues in terms of people wanting to get in. We've 25,000 people every morning coming into Letterkenny, and they're coming into stage during the day, they're coming into work, and we've 25,000 people who get back out in the evening. It's how managing that is the key. And I go back to those points, the 8 a.m. to 9:30 and the 4 onwards. And then look, you've late night shopping happening this week. It's in all towns around Donegal, in fairness, promoting the whole of the county. But again, look, there's something, you come in at 7 o'clock, you have a couple of hours there, it's a bit quieter and stuff like that. So it's just getting the message. And you're right, it's up to us now to articulate that message through our own channels as well.
Yeah. 9:30.
But you're just asking people to support local independent businesses too, because they are the heart of every town. They're the guys that, in my point, they're the boys that pay for the Christmas lights, help us with Paddy's Day, sponsor the local team. So you're just asking people
100%. to employ the people as well too.
And just
every job's a mortgage or a credit union loan or a bank loan or whatever it might be.
And just to acknowledge the Gardaí as well, Greg. They have the bikes out, the motorbikes as well, which is a great. There's no doubt, Leonard, when the bike is out, we can see the difference, because that and Mick Kilcoyne was helping with the tractor run yesterday. Bernard's one that, like as he was saying, he can get to a point on the bike where there is a clog and he can drive through something, even if that lets 10 cars through, then another 10. So in fairness, credit to them for supporting that as well, just to try and help.
All right, so the message is, folks, and it's for obvious reasons, because this is people's livelihoods and business, and for all the reasons both Leonard and Jimmy have pointed out, that Letterkenny is open for business. There are pinch points at certain times, but if you plan a little, be it that extra 10 or 15 minutes, as Jimmy stated, or in fact just at a different time of the day, or avail of late night shopping, or whatever it might be, There's a lot of jobs on the line here, a lot of businesses that need busy Decembers, and there's great offerings there as well. You know, we're at a time now whereby I'm not saying Letterkenny, but there was physical shopping seemed to be not quite as competitive as online at times, or heading into Derry. The way I view it now is, you know, your place and all different places, they're genuinely at a price point whereby
there's
no point going elsewhere because you're getting the RRPs or less.
Yeah,
you know?
And most of the businesses are online now as well, Greg. A local business, so you know you can still shop local but go online local, and that comes for businesses across the county as well.
That's right.
You know.
Okay, gents, thanks very much
Thanks very
indeed.
much,
It's a very important message, and it's important there's a sort of counter narrative out there as well too. And everyone listening too, if you've had a good experience, stick that online, you know, because that can be as useful and can be a counterpoint to one person's experience. Okay, is that it? Lads?
Thanks, folks.
All right, back after the break.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, with monster loans available up to €60,000 for all occasions. Visit letterkennycu.ie.
'Twas the countdown to Christmas, and all through the house, everyone wishing for a National Trust Day out. But to where, you ask? Oh, well, tell you we will. Adventures await, pure joy, sheer thrill. Rualan Gardens Yuletide Market returns, with Mount Stewart's festive trail, great family fun. For a Georgian Christmas, it's Castle Ward, and the Argery's Twilight Market is one to look toward. So wrap up warm and you can rely. For great Christmas fun, search National Trust NI.
There's great care on tap for every animal here, but it's amazing how much money and water you can save when you're on top of your water use.
When the NSPCA signed up to the Water Stewardship Programme from Uisce Éireann, they tapped into bigger savings. The programme provides Irish businesses with ways to reduce their water bills at no extra cost. Register now for this 60-minute online course at water.ie. Uisce Éireann. Delivering water services for Ireland.
Declan loves a leisurely Sunday drive, even on a Tuesday, ignoring all the angry honks of people trying to get home from work. You see, with Dunstore's Click and Collect, Declan is never in a rush. He can order online and collect his groceries at a time that suits him. From online grocery shopping to buy me same-day delivery, there's a way to shop for everyone at Dunstores. Always better value. Terms and conditions apply. Buy me is subject to location and availability. Minimum spend required.
O'Reilly's Sports Store is now open at Unit 4, Northern Point Business Centre, Shesh O'Neill Ballybuffet. Drop in today and get your last-minute Christmas gifts. Discover exciting brands like Ballet, Precision, Club Shops and loads more. Perfect gifts for every sports fan. Now open Sundays. Visit O'Reilly's Sports Ballybuffet.
Mike Denver with guests Ray Lynham, Claudia Buckley and Jack Keogh in concert at Jackson's Hotel Ballybuffet on Thursday, February 5th. Tickets on sale now at hotel reception and ticketmaster.ie. That's Mike Denver and guests in concert at Jackson's Hotel Ballybuffet on Thursday, February 5th. The perfect Christmas gift.
McGowan Hearing, one of the longest established audiologists in the Northwest, now have weekly clinics in Letterkenny, Buncrana and Carndonagh. Book your free hearing aid consultation at one of these clinics or with audiologist Darren McGowan in your own home. Call 07191 00208 or visit mcgowanhearing.com.
Live, on air, online and on the Highland Radio app. This is Highland Radio News.
Good morning with the Highland Radio News at 10 o'clock. I'm Ryan Brawley. A decision from the EU Commission to decrease Irish fishing quotas by approximately 57,000 tonnes has faced criticism from various sections of the industry. This deal, which blocks the implementation of the Hague preferences next year, could see a potential €200 million of lost revenue and a possible cut of 2,000 jobs in coastal communities. CEO of the Irish Fish Processors and Exporters Association, Brendan Byrne, has called this move a betrayal from the European Union.
What we are facing is complete devastation because this has been the ultimate betrayal. This relates to the Hague Preference, which is a deal that was entered into by Ireland in November 1976. And we entered into that deal on that occasion to permit 6 countries access to the Irish EEZ, and in return, the EEC, as it was then, gave an insurance policy to us that if stocks fell, we would be given a minimum level of fish always to fish in our own waters, and they revoked that.
A man was taken to hospital following an alleged assault in Letterkenny in the early hours of Saturday morning. Gardaí received a report regarding a man in his early 40s who sustained injuries in an accident on Lower Main Street just before 1 a.m. Investigations are ongoing. Almost €506,000 has been awarded to 3 sporting clubs in Gaeltacht areas under the Department's Community and Language Support Programme. Kilcar GAA Club will receive over €116,000 for the construction of new changing rooms. KG Rovers Football Club has been awarded more than €64,400 to refurbish its existing changing rooms and referees' room. Cloughaneely Golf Club has received the largest allocation of over €327,000 to construct a new clubhouse, install a new renewable energy system and provide new accessible parking facilities. Donegal Deputy Pat the Coke Gallagher has welcomed the funding, saying clubs will now have to fundraise to match the grants.
Of course, while this is substantial funds, we must remember that the clubs will have to raise substantial funds also to match this. So great credit to the clubs who have submitted very professional applications, and thanks to the Minister for the Gaeltacht who has approved the funding.
The Australian government is moving to tighten gun laws in the wake of the deadly Bondi Beach shooting. 15 people are dead and dozens are injured following the attack carried out by a father and son, with one gunman killed at the scene and the other in hospital. Donegal natives who were on the beach fled upon hearing the gunshots and escaped. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says stricter measures, including tighter controls and time limits on gun licences, are being brought to Cabinet today. Reporter with the Today Show in Sydney, Jack Hand, says innocent people were killed celebrating their culture.
Sadly, over the last 12 hours or so, we're now starting to learn more about the victims, the 15 people, these innocent people out enjoying a wonderful afternoon on Bondi Beach, their lives terribly cut short, and that includes, tragically, a 10-year-old girl by the name of Matilda, and we've even seen a picture of her smiling at this Jewish celebration.
Taoiseach Micheál Martin says he is aiming to protect energy supplies and undersea cables from potential threats. This follows concern within the government that the country is being exposed to sabotage and surveillance. The Taoiseach says that critical undersea infrastructure has to be reinforced as the country's modern economy depends on it. Security and defence analyst Declan Power says protection is vital.
It's about Irish society, Irish business, and protecting the very essential things that keep this country functioning, which includes our online resources, such as the internet cables, but also our energy resources. And if our energy resources are damaged in any shape or form, we need a backup plan. Our government owe that responsibility to our citizenry.
Another Donegal business is closing its doors due to high running costs. Domsey Cafe has announced that after 14 years, it will be ceasing operations on Christmas Eve. Domsey and Sally took to social media to share the news and wished other small businesses in their Rafo community success in the new year. And in the weather, any mist and fog will clear, giving way to a mostly dry day with bright or even sunny spells. A few isolated showers. Highest afternoon temperatures of 6 to 10 degrees. That is all from the newsroom for now. We'll be back with headlines at 11 o'clock.
The obituary notices this Monday morning, December 15th. The death has taken place of Agnes McGarrigle ní O'Neill, 142, Lisnafin Park Strabane, formerly of Siam Park Siam Mills, reposing at her home. Funeral leaving there tomorrow at 11:15 for Requiem Mass in St Mary's Church, Melmount at 12 noon. Interment afterwards in the adjoining cemetery. Family time please from 10 p.m. tonight and before the funeral tomorrow. The Requiem Mass can be viewed live via the parish webcam. The death has taken place of Bernard Lynch, Granshaw Road, Buncrana. Bernard's remains are reposing at his home. Funeral from there tomorrow at 10:20, going to St Mary's Church, Cockhill. For 11 o'clock, Requiem Mass with burial afterwards in the adjoining cemetery. Funeral can be viewed online on churchservices.tv. The death has taken place of Mary Callaghan, Clare Redcastle. Mary's remains are reposing at her late residence. Removal from there tomorrow at 10:30, going to St Columba's Church Drung for Requiem Mass at 11 o'clock, followed by burial in the adjoining cemetery. Requiem Mass can be viewed live on MCN. Family time, please, from 10 o'clock tonight. Family flowers only, please. Donations in lieu, if desired, to RDV Unit Carndonna, care of any family member or Blaine McCarran, Kelly's funeral directors. The death has taken place of Jerry Freel. He'll be removed from W.J. O'Brien and Sons Funeral Home, 110 Quinney Road, Eglinton, this evening at 5:45 to repose overnight in St Eugene's Cathedral. Requiem Mass will be celebrated tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Interment afterwards in the city cemetery. Family flowers only, please. Donations in lieu of flowers, if wished, to the Foyle Hospice, 61 Coolmore Road, Derry. The death has taken place of Michael Devine, 4 Glenelly View, Plumbridge, formerly of Dorrit, Auchabrack, reposing at his home. Funeral leaving there this morning at 10:25 for Requiem Mass in the Sacred Heart Church, Plumbridge at 11 o'clock. Interment afterwards in St Mary's Cemetery, Auchabrack. Donations in lieu of flowers, please, to Parkinson's, care of Quigley's funeral directors. The death has occurred of Rob Malcolm E. Robbins, Munter Tinney, Rafo. Rob will repose at his residence today from 12 noon until 9 o'clock. Family time, please, on the morning of the funeral. The funeral cortege will leave his home tomorrow morning at 10:30, travelling to Lakelands Crematorium, Dublin Road, Cavan, for 1 o'clock memorial ceremony, followed by cremation. The memorial ceremony can be viewed on churchservices.tv. Family flowers only, please. Wake and funeral private to family and friends. The death has occurred of Mary Gallagher, niece Sweeney, killed Dunfanaghy. Funeral Mass in Holy Cross Church, Dunfanaghy, this morning at 11 o'clock. Burial afterwards in the adjoining graveyard. Mass can be viewed live on mcn.live. Family time, please, before the funeral. Family flowers only. Donations in lieu, if desired, to St Vincent de Paul, care of any family member or James Harkin, funeral director. The death has taken place of William Alexander, known as Billy Sheskin-Rafo. The funeral service will take place in Ballylennon Presbyterian Church today at 2 o'clock, followed by burial in the adjoining graveyard. Family flowers only, please. Donations in lieu, if desired, to the Donegal Hospice, care of Bertie Houston or Terence McClintock, funeral director. The house is strictly private, please. For family information and more detail regarding wakes and funerals, please go to highlandradio.com.
Smart employers choose One for All. Reward your staff tax-free now up to €1,500 with gift cards that can be spent directly in-store and online with thousands of retailers on thousands of brands. Give cards physically or digitally. It's gifting made simple. Order One for All gift cards now at any post office or online at onpost.com/business gifting. Terms and conditions apply. The One for All gift card is issued by GVS Prepaid Europe Limited and regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Welcome into the second hour of the 9 till noon show. So we're easing our way into Christmas. This is the last full week before Christmas, and we're getting in the spirit. We're all in the spirit anyway, and I hope you are too. I know it's a challenging time for many people, but for many people as well, it's a wonderful time. And as long as we all just have each other's back. But part of our sort of build up to Christmas, we're going to be crossing to Deal College in Rafo, where Lee Gooch and the team will be there. And we're going to be getting some entertainment from the young people there. So really looking forward to that. So that's us at the Deal College in Rafo a little later on this hour, very soon in fact. And later on then, around the northwest, just after the lunchtime news, they're in Skull and Columkill in Devlin Ria, where there's going to be lots of entertainment from our young people there as well too. So, by the way, just to let you know that if you have any interest in it, or maybe you've got a student there or a grandchild or what have you, when we cross over to Deal College in Rafo, it'll be visual as well. So what does that mean? You can go on YouTube right now and watch the show as you might always do, but you'll be able to see all the action live from Deal College. So if you have a smart TV or your Fire Stick, just open up the app and type in Highland Radio Ireland, and you'll see we're streaming live, and you can watch it on your big screen. Or if you're on Facebook, you can open it up on your phone, your tablet, your laptop, etc. And we're on the X platform as well. Right, so that's coming up in the next hour. On the subject of fishing, if it was farmers and not fishermen, the Irish government would never let this happen. The nitrates is a good example. That's coming in from James. James, I believe, to be honest with you, it's a bit of a stay of execution on farming, and I think we have Irish farmers who are driving their tractors over Brussels this very day because they see what's coming down the line. And I would question the future of fishing and farming in this country in 10 years' time. Already there is, because of rules and regulations, there's a contraction in farming in this country, very, very significant contraction in farming, which is demonstrable through through herd numbers, etc. So that is happening. And fishing is potentially, I think you've already lost a generation of future farmers and fishermen, and I just wonder, what the future holds. On the issue of fishing again, the best boys in the EU class, what you are describing, Greg, is a colonial slave mentality, and that's the way we are treated by the EU. Act like slaves and be treated as such. But we act like leaders. That's the thing, you see. We don't act like... I understand where you could say, yes, but you're acting like a slave and acting like a leader, but... there's a bit of glory there, a bit of backpacking, and sometimes you have to put your own people first. Why didn't Ireland use its veto on the vote? Because the countries mentioned come together to circumvent the process that there was no vote. That's the whole shocking thing, and that's what I put to Brandon Byrne. If it's fishing this time whereby you can avoid a vote and a veto, what's next? What could be next that could be voted through like that? Greg, refishing, if we live in a democratic country, why do we vote for people who just tell us, oh, well, the EU did that, so, we voted, and in all fairness, they kept asking us, we voted to be part of the EU, so I suppose that's collective responsibility, is it? The fishing problem isn't the EU, says a listener. It's our fault for allowing our politicians to sell us out to the communist model of the EU. It's about time the Irish EU members were called back home and break off all EU agreements. Surely we can paddle our own canoe now. If Micheál Martin is so important to Europe, then it's time he acted in our interests and stopped bowing to the others. We are their dumping ground. Another, block the fishing ports, companies and people. These international fishermen contribute nothing to our country. The fish our waters, unload the boats into lorries in our ports and drive the lorries freely to other countries and out of it again without as much as a thank you. This is a disgraceful. Ireland owns nothing anymore belonging to it. Our government just handed over. Europe sees Ireland as a grab-all situation, and that's just what we're doing. Any protests within Ireland would be incredibly counterintuitive because these boats, a lot of them actually just process the fish on board. They don't come near Irish ports whatsoever. It's already very handy for fishing boats to sail just really around the coast a little bit to Northern Ireland or across to the Nordic countries and land their fish there. That's a problem. We don't need to be discouraging them. They're doing it already. We need to be trying to get them to land their fish here. Serves us right, fish farming, and just done is wind offshore. We are a walkover race of people. Greg, on the 15th of July 2019, a single bluefin tuna sold in Japan for $3.1 million US. Donegal is one of the best places in the world for catching bluefin tuna. Irish people are not allowed to catch such fish by our EU overlords, but French and Spanish people can come up here and catch them. Imagine that the Donegal fishing community could generate in terms of wealth if we were catching our own bluefin tuna and selling them for over 3 million a fish to Japan. One fish would do you for the year, says that listener. Right, now, by the way, just before we take the bingo numbers, just to remind you, in playing our bingo, you're supporting Vision Ireland, and you are one of the biggest contributors in Donegal to the fantastic work that they do in terms of supporting people who are visually impaired, but also those that perhaps got that diagnosis, and their first port of call when they're ready is to contact the likes of Vision Ireland to say, you know, well, what's there for me, what's next, what support do you have, etc. So it's very important, I think, to highlight that, because it's something that you do, you have a bit of fun with, but I just want to recognise the fact that you are one of the biggest supporters of a very Very important charity. Now, today, though, we are playing for a daily rollover. This isn't the jackpot. We're playing for a daily rollover of €1,600. Now, you can still go out and get your books, by the way, as long as they're bought before the cut-off time. So the winning book could be out there. So I don't know. It could be. But we are playing for a rollover of €1,600 today. If you win today... No, I don't understand that. But anyway, the jackpot on Thursday is €12,200. So it's a big week. €1,600 is the daily prize winner today. €12,200 is the jackpot on Thursday. So don't forget to pick up your books week 51. It's just a fiver, I think, still. And you could be one of the many, many winners. Right, let's take a break. I'm going to be chatting to Lee Gooch again soon.
It's time for Vision Ireland Bingo on Highland Radio.
It's Monday, December 15th. Playing on a green sheet. Reference number is S11. It's week 51. Today's numbers are 34, 70, 16, 2, 21, 71, 7, 22, 50 and 43. Phone your claim to 9104833 before midnight tonight, leaving your name, contact number and the name of the shop where you purchased your book, and we'll call you back the next working day. Get all your Vision Ireland Bingo information at highlandradio.com.
This Christmas, don't miss the sound that makes the season magical. At Connect Hearing, we understand that hearing is more than sound, it's connection. Our expert team provides personalised hearing care, from gentle wax removal to the latest in advanced hearing aids, tailored to you, so you can enjoy every laugh, every song, every precious moment. Call Connect Hearing today on 07491 13296. Connect Hearing, connecting you to life this Christmas and beyond.
Get the best sporting gifts this Christmas at Michael Murphy Sports. Check out the Precision Football and GA Rebounders, perfect for soccer, Gaelic football, hurling or multi-sport training. And for young gymnasts, the Kidnastics range is built for fun, confidence and endless hours of practice. Shop in store or online at michaelmurphysports.ie.
Celebrate the season in style with Evolve Clothing. Find festive fashion and unbeatable style at Letterkenny Retail Park or click evolveclothing.com to refresh your holiday wardrobe. Your new look is just a click away.
At Londis, we wish our customers in Donegal a very happy Christmas. We know what locals want because we are local like you, even as local as Lough Swilly on a beautiful crisp winter's day. Happy Christmas from Londis.
The 9 till noon show with Letterkenny Credit Union, now offering mortgages from €40,000 to €600,000 with no hidden fees or transaction charges. Letterkenny Credit Union, 9102127.
Right, now on defective blocks. Hi Greg, could we invite Senator Niall Blaney on your show to explain to the affected block homeowners what he meant in his speech in the Shannon last week about the amendments to the DCB bill, who he was referring to when he spoke about spoofers campaigning against the DCB scheme. And it would be interesting to hear from local councillors and TDs if this is their view of DCB campaigners and affected homeowners. I didn't hear those comments, but I do know, what I do know is that all of them have their own individual views and I suppose not collectively speaking. Morning, Greg. Funny Christmas story from 20 plus years ago. My sister came home from England and had brought her newish boyfriend from Coleraine with her for the holidays. He'd never been to our house before. After the Christmas dinner, myself, my brother and a few friends got stuck into the beers and whiskies. The sister's boyfriend was trying to keep up with us. After a couple of hours, he got up to go to the loo. He fell back against the wall, slid all the way down the wall and head first into the Christmas tree. I don't think I ever laughed as much in my life. We're all laughing that hard that nobody helped him out of the tree for a good 45 seconds. Hey, isn't that that's a funny story? Keep them coming into us. Morning. There's a scam going around with Revolut. I know you spoke about these on your show, but I missed it. Would you mind explaining what the scam is? The thing with Revolut's a little bit of a complicated one because we can't necessarily pin down where the scam kind of originates as such. So people are losing money out of their accounts, but it's not terribly clear it's not terribly clear why. Lee Gooch, can you hear me, Lee, by the way? I wonder, because I can't hear you on the tie line. No? Are you connected on the tie line? Because I'm not getting a feed from you here at all. So, I don't know. I'll come back to that in a sec. Stay where you are. I'm going to take a quick break and it'll clear the decks before 11 anyway. I must congratulate John McAteer on their article on Friday's edition of Tyrconnell Tribune about the budget meeting of Donegal County Council. He certainly gave the official and councillors a lot of food for thought. Small businesses have no money, so where did they expect them to get it? These councils are only a revenue collection service for the government. Right, now, let me see. No, I don't know. Where is Tie Line 2? I don't know. No one's told me about Tie Line 2, Caroline. Oh, there it is. It's on a different fader. Hello, Lee.
Gregory Hughes, how are you? We're live from Deal College, everybody. We have a show. You only thought your show was good, Greg.
No, I knew it was going to be good because I knew we were going to Deal College.
No, it's great. I'll tell you. Katrina, how did I get the gluten-free buns off again at the secretary?
Anuska, the secretary.
We robbed Anuska's lunchbox today, a lovely cream bun. So I'm as giddy as a rabbit here today, so thanks to Anuska.
Should be delighted. Should be glad of the shout out.
Lee, that seems like a room that is just full of talent. I mean, let's have a look at them.
Wave to the camera. This is Greg Hughes in the Nation. Look, we have the room, and we have got our pianist over here as well. We have, isn't it Laura? Isn't it? I think it is Laura. It's Laura, and we've got a guitarist as well. So we're all set for you whenever. We're going to start off with song, a few chats, a few songs, a bit more chats, and a few more songs, and a bit more chats.
Lee, I'm going to put my feet up now and enjoy the show. Take it away, bro.
All right, then. Are we up for it, boys and girls? Yeah! All right. In your own time, this is a little Umpernin song. It's called In the Bleak Midwinter.
Le sé jagi ha shock Cruan talif mariran and tishka fein in a luck Schnack da shiv cha sheja heave na knockis naglan Dan Givry, Iwad, O hen. Angels and archangels may have gathered there. Cherubim and seraphim thronged the air. But only his mother in her maiden bliss worshipped the beloved with a kiss. What can I give him, poor as I am? Give him my heart.
Yay! Do yourselves a nice one. How sweet was that? Greg, come on, you over here, Katrina. Hey, Greg, what do you think about that one?
Oh, it sounds absolutely beautiful, Gooch. And you just make sure to have your radio mic off when we have the performers as well, son.
I sure will. Come here. We're joined by a lady all the way from Dunlow. I know her very well over the years, Katrina.
Just keep that all quietly.
What about the Gooch brothers down in the Midway Barrel?
Yes,
years
many's
ago?
a year we
Many
danced.
years ago was that now we're talking?
Oh, 5 or 6.
5 or 6 years. God, we lived in that place. Do you remember?
Yes, it was fantastic.
Yeah, but as I say, be careful what I say. See this? I could tell you stories, boys and girls. Do you want to hear stories?
No.
This is where you say, yeah. No, better not. Tell us about the wonderful choir that we have here.
We have an absolutely fabulous choir here. As you can see, there's about 40 members in the choir.
We'll stand this way because we can see the choir. If Anya's over here now, and this is a better
There's
picture.
about 40 members in the choir, and they each audition to be in the choir. So actually, everybody in this choir.
Who did they audition in front of?
We audition them, yes, and everybody in the choir can hold a solo, which is absolutely fabulous.
Are you any good at singing yourself there now?
Only very late at night.
Late at night, yes, I remember those nights. Yes, okay. Yeah.
So at the beginning of the year, they start off with the school mass, and they're a fabulous bunch of students because they give up every bit of their lunch break. So they come in to me at 1:30 or 20 to 2 every day, and you know, I have my own daughter's in the choir, and she said there's no school that will do that. So they are absolutely fabulous to give up their lunch break to do it, and that's why they're so polished. That's why they're so good, is because they
He's hearing that. You're so polished and so good. You write that down. Moonshine, you said we're so polished. Yes.
They are. They're really good. So we had a fabulous carol service there on Thursday night. It was brilliant. Really enjoyed it. And we had, I think, about 17 or 18 songs. And today we're heading in at 1 o'clock into Pennies to do a bit of carol
So
singing.
you've all got a budget of €50. You can spend it in pennies wise. Yeah, all right, okay. Is that what you're doing? No,
We're
going to
actually
pennies.
going in to raise money for 2 of our students that are going to Lourdes. So please come out and support us today. And
This is in the Letterkenny Shopping Centre.
in the Letterkenny Shopping Centre. And then they have a Christmas show on Wednesday here as well. And the teacher going to come and talk to you about that. So they have a full catalogue.
It's all go, isn't it?
All go around here in Deal College.
Yeah, we haven't touched on about this new CD coming out next year.
Well,
So
we may do a CD. We're thinking we've such fabulous singers here. We don't want to miss out on them, so it's nice to have them.
there was me
recorded.
thinking CDs. We were thinking of the past.
Not at all. Not in Deal
Not
College.
at all.
Not in Deal College, no.
But there's something good about singing, do you know, in a choir, and that there's the social aspect of it, but it's good for your mental well-being. You know, the statistics out there saying singing in choirs is good for your mental health.
It is, and you know, they make friends in it, and it's not just their own years. First year right up to leaving cert, and they're lifelong friends. When you make a friend in the choir, you stay with them for the rest of the time.
Katrina, lovely to catch up with you.
You too.
It's been a while. Greg, it's over to you now. Like I can do another song, maybe have an ad break, and you just tell me what way you want this to flow.
I'll tell you what to do. Give us one more song, then we'll take the ad break and come back to you, Lee.
Beautiful, right? So we're delighted now. We're going to have Max Barron, and he's going to sing Riptide, and he is coming up here. Give him a nice round of applause, boys and girls. Come on, like share the love, share the love. Good man. There we go. There now, getting settled in there now. We're coming live from Deal College, Rafo. Looking forward to this Riptide.
No, there has been a change.
Oh, there's been a change. How long are we now? This is.
You didn't tell me.
You didn't tell me. Tell us now. What is the change of the song?
I'm going to sing Stubborn Love by the Lumineers.
Oh, that sounds
And
again. Give him a nice round of applause there, please.
Lee, before he starts, Lee, you wouldn't swing a microphone till we hear that brilliant guitar, will you?
Oh, well, I'm the biggest swinger in town here. They got all we're like health and safety all over the place here. Gaffer tape. Hold on now, we say you can. Oh, sure, Katrina has it sorted. We'll just take it over here. But now, good man yourself in your own time.
Sound all right, yeah.
Oh, sounds beautiful. Good man.
She'll lie and steal and cheat and beg you from her knees, oh no, and make you think she means it this time. She'll tear a hole in you, the one you can't repair, oh no, but I still love her, I don't really care. Oh, when we were young, oh, we did enough when it got cold. Ooh, we bundled up, I can't be told, it can't be done. It's better to feel pain than nothing at all. The opposite of love's indifference. So pay attention now. I'm standing on my porch screaming now, and I won't leave until you come downstairs. Oh, when we were young, oh, we did enough when it got cold. Ooh, we bundled up. I can't be told, it can't be done. It's better to feel pain than nothing at all. The opposite of love's indifference. So pay attention now. I'm standing on my porch screaming now, and I won't leave until you come downstairs.
Yay! There you have Max Barn. There you go, Greg. We're live from Dean College, as you all know. And Greg, if you want to take your ad break now, it's up to yourself, but I can carry on here. It's up to you.
No, I have to pay the bills, Lee. I'll be back with you very shortly so you can get lined up. Fantastic atmosphere. What talent at Deal College in Rifo. Lee Gooch is there with the team. Don't forget, if you haven't started watching it yet, you can watch the rest of our live broadcast from Deal College. Later on, the team move on to Skull Column Kill, Devlin Ria, for a live session on Around the Northwest. That's from 1:30. Right, we'll be back with more from Deal College Rifo and the one and only Lee Gooch after we take a quick break.
Watch the show live now on YouTube, Facebook and at highlandradio.com. The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, offering low-rate car loans with fast approval. Apply online at letterkennycu.ie or in office today.
JD Recovery Services, your trusted name in the Northwest for vehicle breakdown or accident recovery and roadside assistance, day or night. Agents for all major insurance companies. On call for fast, reliable service wherever you need us. JD Recovery Services, call 91-39303.
Looking for the perfect Christmas gift? Give the gift of great music with Mike Denver live at Jackson's Hotel on February 5th. Treat someone to an unforgettable night out in the heart of Ballybuffet. Mike Denver tickets and Christmas gift vouchers are available now at jacksonshotel.ie.
When the turkey from Lidl takes centre stage and looks too good to carve, that's more to value. Just try and resist our crisp, juicy, Board B approved fresh Irish whole turkeys from Mackay's family farm in Monaghan. And the tastiest part, they're yours from only $8.99. In store December 20th. Lidl, more to value.
This Christmas, wear the magic of the Donegal crest. Try the new Donegal Hydra range. Tees, polos and fleece tops. Perfect gifts for every Donegal supporter this festive season. Brian McCormick Sports. In-store or online at bmcsports.ie. Kitting out Donegal since 1995.
Hello, I'm David Foley, medical herbalist. Are you suffering with stress, anxiety, insomnia? Then ask for Irish Botanica Peace and Calm, a traditional herbal remedy. Irish Botanica Peace and Calm has a naturally relaxing effect, ideal for stress, insomnia, jet lag, and pre-exam anxiety. Call us a natural way, Letterkenny Shopping Centre for more information.
Imagine starting a global career while staying here in Donegal. At TCS Letterkenny, we're hiring IT help desk professionals. Grow and develop your skills every day on projects that make a real impact worldwide. Join us so you can thrive professionally and personally in a supportive local team. Live locally, work globally. Apply today at tcscareers.ie.
For the perfect menswear gift this Christmas, Watson Menswear in Letterkenny are open every day to Christmas Eve, with late night shopping on Thursdays and Fridays until 8. Choose menswear from names like Superdry, Sixth Sense, Mishmash, Penguin and Tommy Bow. A great selection of fashion, formal wear, footwear and jackets, all at Watson Menswear on Main Street, Letterkenny, and online at watsonmenswear.com, where next day delivery is guaranteed right up to the 22nd.
Okay, it is December 15th, and we're really getting into the swing of Christmas, of course, and part of that is out and about here and there. We're going to be in Derry on Wednesday. I'll tell you a little bit more about that when I get the green light. We are going to be visiting some other premises, nursing homes, Thursday and Friday, and lots. And then next week, we're going to be fully throwing ourselves into Christmas. And today, We are out visiting two brilliant learning establishments, aka schools. And this morning we're in Deal College in Rifo with our own Lee Gooch. No, hold off the clap because I didn't have the tile line up. I'll do that again, okay? And today we are in the Deal College in Rifo. It's back over to Lee Gooch.
We're well loosened up here. We're on our best behaviour, Mrs.
Of course.
Well, Greg, I'm delighted to be joined by Marisa Sims here, and you're the SEN coordinator here in Deal College, right? Safe base rooms. When I seen that, I says, I have a wee idea what safe base rooms is, but can you tell us a little bit more about it?
So we have 4 safe base classrooms here in Deal College, and that provides support to our students who have a diagnosis of autism. So we have 4 coordinators, and they coordinate each of the classrooms and showcase all the talents that we have here.
Yeah.
Nurture the talents that they have, and
so they can mix in between everybody else as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So each of the coordinators. So we're fortunate to have Mr. McFadden as a music teacher as well. So
is that Mr. McFadden on the guitar?
That's him on the guitar.
Mr. McFadden. See, we couldn't leave you out. Well done.
Yeah, so I suppose each classroom, the programme will be individualised to the needs of the students. So we're very much about the voice of the student. So how often or how little they are in the classroom would depend on the needs and the voice of the student.
Yeah, there's a bit of a Christmas show coming on, is there?
We absolutely do. So if you're enjoying the show here, please come along.
This is only a wee test to whet your appetite. This is only a wee taster, isn't it?
Yeah. So on Wednesday evening here in Deal College, we have a show, Christmas show. I think someone's going to talk to you about that a wee bit later on. But we're just absolutely delighted to have you here. And I suppose a lot of the students here up in the Safe Base classroom, here you're going to hear from Molly next. But their talents wouldn't be nurtured without the support that we have here. We have a fantastic team of S&As. We get great support from management. You know, we go to them with an idea and, you know...
They just run with it.
Yeah, they try...
Well, they put all the trust in you. They know what you're talking about.
Absolutely. And, you know, sometimes it's maybe out of budget, but you kind of...
We know what... I'm looking at the boss over here. We know about budgets. Moving on swiftly.
But, you know, if it's for the needs of the student, I have to say they're a great support, yeah.
Well, I can't wait to hear Molly Doherty. Molly's just standing here because Molly did a little preview of the song when we're just setting the levels and stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody listening and watching throughout the world, can you give Molly Doherty a lovely round of applause? This is all right. This is called technical issues. This is what you call live performance. So, Molly, you just relax. Nothing to do with you. We're just sorting out the wee backing track here now. And Moocher's on the ball here now. Look at this. Here we go. Take it away.
I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know, where I cannot go, where I long to see the light where the sky meets the sea. It calls me, but no one knows how far it goes. If no wind and my sail on the sea stay behind me, one day I will know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. I'll be satisfied if I play along, but the voice inside sings a different song. What's wrong with me? See the line as it shines on the sea, it's blinding. cross that line, see the line where the sky meets the sea. It calls me, but no one knows how far it goes. If the wind and my sail on the sea stay behind me, one day I will know how far I'll go.
Yay! Give it up. I know, Greg. What about that? Molly Doherty, do the boss. Well done.
I think we've just, Lee, I think we've just had a breakout moment there. That was absolutely fantastic. What a beautiful
my
tone.
spine was shivering there. You know when you hear a song, boys and girls, you know when it just goes, that's you did it. She smashed it. Give her a nice round of applause.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
Happy Christmas. All the teachers and everybody, the boys and girls are so proud of you, and we are all too. So well done, Molly Doherty. Greg, it's all go here. Do you feel a wee bit left out, do you?
Do you know what? I'm sitting back and I'm enjoying it, you know?
Yeah.
So far, out of 10, I'd probably give it 6, 7. No, there.
Oh,
there.
boo.
What?
Boys and girls, hold on. He give us 6 or 7.
What did I say?
Well, you said he said boo, boo, boo.
It's a solid.
Excuse me. Lee Gooch would give it a good nearly 10 out of 10, but I'll just please say 9 out of 10. Come on. No, I'm back in control here. I'm back in control.
No, they're all brilliant. Come here. Shall I take the quarter to break and give you a chance to set up?
Please do, because I have some more buns over. Is there any more buns over here?
All right, we'll be back
Where's
after
Annika? I need a second.
The 9 till noon show with Letterkenny Credit Union. Simplify your debts with a debt consolidation loan from Letterkenny Credit Union. Call us on 074 910 2126 or apply online via our app or in office today.
Did you know you can stay up to date with the latest road and weather conditions across Donegal on your phone? See live gridding routes, weather warnings and traffic cameras across the county and plan your next journey safely with Donegal County Council by visiting donegalcoco.ie/winter.
This Christmas, give the gift that goes far beyond the holidays. A Beyond Light Therapy Christmas voucher. For only €444, enjoy 4 powerful hours, 4 Saturdays throughout January, the perfect reset, recharge and restoration after the busy season. Imagine starting the new year calmer, clearer and deeply rejuvenated. Now imagine gifting that experience to someone you love or claiming it for yourself. Spaces are limited. Transform January, transform your year at Beyond Light Therapy, Lisfannon, Buncrana.
This Christmas, Letterkenny has more shopping choice than ever. From stocking fillers to the perfect gift, there's something for everyone on your list. Shop smart, shop local this Christmas in Letterkenny. Brought to you by Shop LK.
Running a business isn't easy, but accessing support should be. The new National Enterprise Hub is the single source for all government support for your business. With over 180 supports in one place, it's easier than ever to find grants, advice, training and more. And don't worry about not knowing what you need. Our helpful team will guide you every step of the way. Visit neh.gov.ie to learn how we can help. The National Enterprise Hub. Support starts here, an initiative of the Government of Ireland.
Welcome to Cherrymore Kitchens and Bedrooms in Donegal Town. Discover affordable luxury with our bespoke fitted furniture solutions. With almost 30 years of serving Ireland and the Northwest, we're your trusted experts. Visit us Monday to Friday 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. Book your free consultation today on 074 972 5822 or visit cherrymore.ie. Cherrymore Kitchens and Bedrooms, where affordability and luxury combine.
Highland Radio weather updates with McElhinney's. Find Christmas inspiration for everyone, from top beauty gifts to perfect last-minute ideas. Visit us in Ballybuffet to explore the full range or shop online anytime at mcelhinneys.com.
So, a mostly dry day today with bright or even sunny spells. A few isolated showers may affect the region. Highest temperatures of 6 to 10 degrees, mostly light southwesterly or variable breezes inland, but fresher around the northwest coast. It's back to the Deal College in Raphoe and Lee Gooch.
It's beginning to look a lot like... Now, what class are you in?
Me, I'm in 6th year.
6th year. She's not really. She's a teacher. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I think you all set me up. What's your first name? You're Eleanor. Is Eleanor a teacher or a student? She's a student, is she? Get away. She's not. You're a teacher. That's a compliment.
I know, isn't it?
I'm sure. How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
What's the secret?
No secrets.
No secrets. Well, tell us. You have a few secrets, Eleanor. Howie. You're a teacher here, and you teach. Isn't it Irish and maths?
Yeah, I'm Irish and maths.
But you have another few strings to your bows, don't you?
That's it. Yeah, we're multi-talented here. So myself, Miss Stewart, Miss Harkin and Miss Warland, we've all been organising the Christmas show since we came back in September.
I've heard so much about this Christmas show, and I've been told to remind you, don't forget about the matinee, will you? It's not what all that we say. Primary schools, isn't it?
Yeah, so we've all the primary schools coming up on Wednesday during the day to get us.
So, boys and girls, is she a cross teacher or a good teacher? What's the crack then? Look at straight to the Molly's in there. Good teacher. Thank you, Molly. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. So this is live. Do you want to wave to the camera? Because this is obviously there now. Look at the Greg's looking at you there now, and the whole team back at base camp. So tell us the crack now. The Christmas show. What's involved in it? Now, I've been involved in a few shows. There is, boys and girls, is the best out crack ever. No sooner that you're on stage, I'm glad you're doing a matinee because you get to do it all over again. So, how much work goes into it? I know there's a load of work.
To be honest, it isn't as much work as I thought it was going to be because the kids have been so fantastic. They've given up so much time since we came back in September, coming in to do auditions, coming in to practice at lunchtime. So we did think it would be a lot more stress than it was going to be, but the kids have been so great, and they're all so talented. It's amazing the amount of talent that we have here in the school. So it's been a bit of work, but it's been so much fun.
But it's good work.
Yeah.
You know there's work and there's work.
It's great work. So.
Well, see, the principal's back there, Joe, right? It was a lot of, it was like so busy, and you know, it was really tough work, wasn't it?
Hard, yeah.
So come here, what's the Christmas show? I'm expecting big tunes.
Big tunes. Yusuf, I got a lovely sneak peek of what's to come with some of the acts we've had. We've had lovely Molly singing. She's going to be in the show. Max, Michaela's in the show as well, the choir. But we've also got lovely singers. We've dance, Irish dancing, hip hop. We've got some acting as well. We've got everything going.
You can do it all?
We can do it all.
Well, tell us, when is it then? Is it open to the public? Is it just for the schools, or what's the crack?
No, everyone can come to see our Christmas show. Bring everyone. So we'll have our matinee for the primary schools on Wednesday during the day.
Is that next Wednesday, is it?
Wednesday coming, 2 days' time.
What day's today? Monday, right. There you go, I'm working too hard. So Wednesday this weekend?
This Wednesday, yeah. And then, so it'll be starting at 7 o'clock, and you just buy your tickets here.
Lovely. Can't wait. Give it up for Moocher and everybody working on this. It's going to be a magical Christmas show. Now, Greg, if you have time, we
have time just for any of us that want to land up. Where's the show? Is the show in the...
Where's the show?
It's up in the school here in the gym.
And what about the nighttime shows? When are they on? So there's the matinee Wednesday.
So Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock, the show is on here at the school.
Fantastic. So the matinee and the main shows on Wednesday. Tickets from the school.
Yeah, that's it.
That sounds fantastic. Brilliant.
You never know, Greg. You know how these things go. There might be another rerun. Who knows? So just watch this space. Watch this. It's going to be that good. They're going to want more tickets. We're going to have a performance now, if you wish, if we can do that.
Yes.
There she is there. Look at this. Now we have Michaela Gallagher, and she's going to take it away somewhere only we know, with the choir as well in the background.
Across an empty land, I knew the pathway like the back of my hand. I felt the earth beneath my feet, sat by the river.
somewhere only we know. This could be the end of everything, so why don't we go somewhere only we know? Oh, simple thing, where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on. So tell me when you're gonna let me in. I'm getting tired and I need somewhere to begin. And if you have a minute, why don't we go talk about it somewhere only we know? This could be the end of everything, so why don't we go somewhere only we know?
What about that? Michaela Gallagher and the choir here. We're getting our next musicians lined up here. We've got Boris and Joshua. We're going to be doing a bit of whiskey in the jar. Woo. Let me see what's in my jar. I see. It's only water. That's only water. How did you find that, Greg?
That was lovely. You know, brilliant maturity and tone to her voice. It's the talent is just something else, Lee. We've got 2 tracks to fit in before 11.
Well, I'll tell you the way we're going to roll with this. I was just having a wee think there because Boris and Joshua are going to do whiskey in the...
miss it.
We don't. What?
Don't want to miss it.
Come here.
No, we're
What
not
are you
going to miss.
saying
No,
now?
we're not going to miss nothing.
She says we can't miss the whiskey in the
We're
jar.
not missing
You have to
nothing.
stay. You couldn't miss it because these are brilliant, and the next act then's brilliant.
All right, this is the way we're going to.
The one I just want to make sure that everyone who is due to sing for us or perform for us gets to do so, Lee. So if it means
Very
running
nice.
over, it doesn't matter.
No, we're not going to run over because we're good timekeepers here, right? So we're going to have Boris now and Joshua whiskey in the jar. I'm going to talk to Joe, the principal, after that, and we're going to finish off with the finale song, Winter
But do you know what we're
Wonderland.
going to do then, right?
Tell me.
We're going to come back for 5 minutes after 11 because there's so much effort's gone into this, and we want to make sure we hear everything.
Give Greg. He's only winning. He's trying to win us back now with the 6 votes. You see, I know your tactics. I know your game.
I just wanted to say 6-7, and it's the only way I could get to say it. No, it got nothing to do with the rating, dude.
All right, then.
They're
Come
10
here.
out of 10. I just wanted to see the cringe on their faces, and I got the result. That's all right.
Right, boys and girls. I want you to give us all a nice round of applause for Boris and Joshua. Whiskey in the jar. Give them a nice wheel of boss. Come on.
Come on, boys.
Mighty. Katrina, you're there now. Look at you. Ever so far. What do you think of that?
Brilliant. Weren't they absolutely fantastic?
They were absolutely
What's the story there? There was a bit of influence on that performance? Is it Spanish or what is it, I wonder?
Do you want to come and talk about it, boys?
Do you want to talk about the influence on this here now? Come on up a wee second, boys. Come on ahead. We're all good friends here. Ah, sure, we're having the crack. Sure, it's all very Christmassy. We've got Joe in the back.
They're not coming to chat to us anyway. Are they coming back, are they?
No, the boys are coming up.
Yeah, no,
we're all good.
I hadn't heard that kind of a take on it before. It was lovely.
Right, boys, I'll get in between. Mighty performance. Give it up for the boys again. So, this is Greg. Look in there now. Give Greg a thumbs up there. And come here on you over here. We're all good friends. So, come here. The influence on the song, where he thinks there's a bit of Spanish in there. What's the mix in there?
He's the one playing it there.
All right, he's the one that say focus on the prize. So tell us, how did you get your style for the whiskey in the jar?
Don't know, just
vibed it.
Something we both know.
Yeah, you just went with the flow. You went with the groove, with the vibe. So give it up for the two boys again.
That's brilliant. Well done,
Joe. Come on, you over here
I'll
now.
be back to you after we take a break and the news. So, as long as it doesn't disrupt the school too much, we'll be back with you about 3 minutes past.
Are we disrupting the school too much today? Joe says thumbs up.
Okay, so we'll be back, and then it means then we can get the final song, which I won't reveal yet in all its glory. Okay, we'll be back with more live from Deal College Rafo after we take this quick break.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union. Digital loans now available. Apply online or via our app today and get your loan transferred directly to your current account.
Make Christmas moments a little sweeter at Cost Cutter. Coca-Cola 330ml 8-pack only €7 and Diet Coke or Coke Zero 8-packs just €6 each plus deposit. Cadbury Heroes or Rose's 290-gram cartons at €6 each. Viennetta Vanilla or Mint 650ml for only €2 each. And celebrate with iHeart Prosecco Frizzante, 6 bottles for €50. Cost Cutter, the beating heart of the community. Please drink responsibly.
Don't miss Vodafone's best ever Christmas deal. Get the iPhone 17 Pro for €0. That's €690 saved when you switch to Red Unlimited on Ireland's best mobile network 10 years in a row. Vodafone. Together we can.
Subject to availability and switching to our 24-month €65 plan by 60 January 2026. Each April, the price of your plan will increase by €3.50 per month. Best in test Umlaut 2025. For certification and full terms, see vodafone.ie/terms.
Millionaire Raffle from the National Lottery is back. There's 1 millionaire guaranteed and over €6.3 million in cash prizes to be won. The draw is on New Year's Eve and tickets are limited to 600,000. Have you got yours? The National Lottery. It could be you. Gift responsibly.
This Christmas, you'll find all the best perfume, aftershave and cosmetic gift sets for less at McGee's Chemist in Letterkenny. Like Technic cosmetic sets from only $3.95, or Lynx, Dove and Nivea sets, all from just $4.95. There's something for everyone on your list this Christmas at McGee's Chemist. Shop in store or online at mcgees.ie. McGee's, where the best costs less.
Don't miss your chance to win over €10,000 with Vision Ireland Bingo on Highland Radio. It's easy to play, it's for a great cause, and it could make your day. Grab your bingo books now at your local shop.
With all the stories that matter across the Northwest, it's Greg Hughes on the 9 to Noon Show on Highland Radio.
And it is 11 o'clock. Time to get a news update. And it's good morning once again to Ryan Brawley.
Thanks, Greg. Good morning. The decision from the EU Commission to decrease Irish fishing quotas by 57,000 tonnes has faced strong criticism. There's potential of a €200 million loss in revenue as a result of the decision, as well as over 2,000 jobs being at risk. CEO of the Irish Fish and Exporters Association has labelled the EU's decision as a betrayal. Investigations are continuing after an alleged assault in Letterkenny on Saturday night. Gardaí received a report regarding a man in his early 40s who sustained injuries in an incident on Lower Main Street just before 1 a.m. Kilcar GAA Club, KG Rovers and Cloughaneely Golf Club are set to share over €500,000 of funding. This funding has come under the Department for the Gaeltacht's Community and Language Support Programme. New infrastructure projects are set to begin. The Australian government is moving to tighten gun laws in the wake of the deadly Bondi Beach shooting. 15 people are dead and dozens are injured following the attack carried out by a father and son. Donegal natives who were on the beach fled upon hearing the gunshots and escaped. Domsey Cafe in Rafo is set to cease operations on Christmas Eve. This is due to high running costs. Domsey and Sally took to social media to share the news and to wish other small businesses success in the new year. Figures published by the INMO this morning report that 35 people were waiting for beds at Letterkenny University Hospital. 16 people were waiting in the emergency department, while 19 others were in wards elsewhere. Coupled with Sligo University Hospital, which showed 31 people waiting on beds, there were 66 people waiting in the northwest today. And Fianna Fáil TDs say they want to have the review into the presidential election campaign published as soon as possible. A full report into the selection and subsequent campaign by Jim Gavin has been completed, but is yet to be distributed to party members. The results of the review could pose a threat to Micheál Martin's leadership of the party due to his backing of Mr Gavin. That's all from the newsroom for now. We'll be back with another news update at midday.
Ryan, thanks.
This is the sound of a superpower we all have. Sending Christmas cards to our family and friends and making them feel loved. Who will you send magic to? Your auntie? Your brother? Your bestie living abroad? You can buy Christmas stamp booklets in your local post office or online with free next day delivery. Send Christmas love from the heart today. An Post. Send love.
All right, our listeners and viewers loving the talent on show at Deal College in Rafo, and it's back for our last link to Lee Gooch.
Our last link. Well, do you know, at the very start of this, Katrina was saying, well, make sure you have Joe, the principal, at the end, because if it would get him on at the... She's not. Look at this now. Look, come over here now. Look at because didn't you say? Because if I have him on the start, there'll be no performances. She's going on, my face is going red, Joe. I'm only joking, Joe. Joe, you're delighted, the principal here, Joe. It's been a while, Joe. You were just saying to me on your Facebook, you don't do too much social things, but it was like we did cross paths before.
We did. 10 years ago, we done Strictly Come Dancing, and you had all our teachers and some of our parents and staff taking part, and it was a truly memorable night. And it was great to see you back, and you haven't aged one bit in the 10 years.
Sure, we have the same jeans. We're wearing the Levi's 506s, is it 501s, or I can't remember. Joe, you must be so proud of the staff and the kids here at the school.
Yeah, delighted. Look, this is a special time of the year because we have our carol service, we have our Christmas show. There's a little bit of added value today, and we have our choir going over to the shopping centre in the afternoon. It's a great opportunity for all the students to perform, but that wouldn't happen without our teachers in the background here. With Miss Boner, Miss Stewart, Mr.
Can we give all the teachers a nice wee round of applause there? Now, all the teachers. Now, much love. That's me making it up now to Katrina.
And we don't forget our SNAs as well, and all our staff here have been here working hard this morning to make sure everything was set up. But look at, for your own team as well, I'm only the face of the school at times, like yourself, but there's a team behind us that makes sure everything happens, and it's a great opportunity, and thank Highland Radio for allowing our students to perform today, because there's been great excitement since it was announced there maybe a day or two ago. So we're delighted, that you've come to Deal College, and thank you very much for that.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Give yourselves a nice round. You've been absolutely brilliant. You made our job so easy. Now, you see, this has been in association with Callans Electrical, and I have a nice wee treat for you. I don't know if you like this, Joe. It's a Galaxy tablet, for the school, Samsung. Yes, that's for the school. No, it's not for you, Joe.
Thank you very much. No, we'll be warmly welcome, and we'll find a good home for that now. I'm sure the staff behind me will manage to rally up the students, and we'll manage to make somebody's Christmas by giving them an early Christmas present before they depart.
Well, sure, there you go. Isn't that just nice? And Joe, the school's going from strength to strength, and 2026 is going to be a nice big year for you.
Yeah, it is. Look, it's a busy time of year. We've just finished our Christmas exams last week, so this flows great into the festivities now for this week, and we'll end up with our quiz on Thursday, where we have a great day inside in the sports hall, and hopefully on Wednesday night for our Christmas show it'll be packed as well, where we'll get a good crowd out to see all these kids perform with so much talent, and it's something that we really look forward to. And again, it's great to have a platform and an opportunity for us to put our students forward and allow them the opportunity to show their talents to the people of Highland Radio.
Well, good on you. Give Joe a nice round of applause, the principal of the school here. Joe, thank you so much. Now, he was talking about that talent on Wednesday. We don't have to wait to Wednesday, because it's Monday, Greg, and we're going to finish off with this one. Greg, is there anything you want to add to the boys and girls, because they're ever so proud to be on your programme?
No, it's just amazing. It's fantastic. Look at them all standing up because they're so.
See,
proud.
when they come to.
No, I just want to say, you know, there's so much talent. Michaela was absolutely fantastic. Molly was brilliant as well. Boris and Joshua, a really different type of entertainment, and I can't wait for Fergal and Sam and the rest of them now for our finale. It's going to be brilliant. So
Did you know this is Fergal's? Sorry for cutting the question. This is Fergal's second time performing on Highland Radio. Where were you performing the first time? You were saying to me.
Monday night sessions.
Yes.
Well, Fergal, I just want to welcome you to the Premier Division.
I knew you would say something
You're very
smart.
welcome along to the big leagues.
Oh, dear. Oh, you big head. Boom. All right. Come here. I know the crack. Well, come here. Thanks for letting us in the programme. We had the most wonderful time, didn't we, the boys and girls? Yeah. And we're going to sing you out with Winter Wonderland.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks, team.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? And the rain, snow's glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. Yes, they are married, close and young man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire. The face and afraid, the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland.
In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. Yes, they are married, we say no man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire. The face unafraid, the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Oh, wow. Thank you so very much to Lee Gooch and all the crew, and especially, of course, the students, the teachers, the principals of Deal College in Raphoe. What a fantastic feast of entertainment. Don't forget their Christmas show is on Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night in Deal College, and that's just a sample of the kind of entertainment you'll get there. Now, just to remind you, coming up on the Around the Northwest show a little later on, all the crew are going to end up in Skull Columkill in Devlin Ria. That's on live Around the Northwest. Tune in from 12, but the show starts from Devlin Ria at 1:30. There's 37 pupils in that school, and they've prepared Christmas carols for us, and there's going to be loads of chat and conversation as well. So I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, and it's nice just in the last full week before Christmas to get into the spirit of things. Thank you to everyone who took part. Great sports, hugely talented. Anytime we engage with the young people, which we do on this show all of the time, I'm blown away by how amazing they are. Now, what else is coming up this week? I mentioned what's happening this afternoon. On Wednesday, we're going to the City of Derry Airport. No, we're not flying away because we're peed off about one thing that we're not going to mention. It's because we are there for Home for Christmas. That's exciting. But how was I able to tell you? Ooh, I don't know. Let's see. That's Home for Christmas coming up on Wednesday, and it's going to be a cracker. On Thursday, Sinead Black will be live from the Dunlow Community Hospital. This is one of my favourite parts of the year. Sinead is superb. As always, brilliant performer, brilliant on the radio, and wonderful in that type of a setting as well. And Sinead then on Friday is heading to Archview Lodge Nursing Home in Letterkenny for us. So that's all to look forward to this week, and that's only on this programme. Monday night sessions, by the way, I had a wee joke with the lads. Listen, they do more than anyone, and have been for years now, to platform brilliant talent, to give a space for established talent, to bring new talent forward. Some of the biggest acts from the Northwest started their performing career on the Monday night sessions, and it's their very special Christmas show, and Caroline will give me the details of it. You know where the show is tonight? I know, but it's in the Brewery Bar. Okay, yeah, it's in the Brewery Bar, Letterkenny. So that's open. So if you want to land in, right, and see a radio show happen live, chat to the lads and hear some fantastic music, well, that's where you need to go tonight. Kickoff is at, Caroline, is it 7 or 8? 7. So it's a little bit earlier. So it starts at 7, runs till 10. That's Monday night sessions. Paul and Jimmy and a whole host of Christmas stars from 7 o'clock. And you can tune into that, and I hope you can watch it too. The lads are very active in streaming this stuff visually as well. So hopefully you'll be able to either be there, listen or watch. Right, let's take a break. So much more to come between now and 12.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, with monster loans available up to €60,000 for all occasions. Visit letterkennycu.ie.
It's Boots' biggest ever Black Friday with huge savings on thousands of beauty must-haves, including better than half price on star gifts like No. 7, Lancome, MAC and many more. Don't miss out, shop now. And don't forget your Boots Advantage card. Selected stores and products subject to availability. Offer ends 24th December. Advantage card T's and C's apply.
Paddy McGurn Machinery Sales Ballyshannon. Stockists of Coon Fire machinery, including balers, mowers, tellers and more. We also stock SIP rakes and tellers, Connor slurry equipment, Fleming equipment, Marigon mowers and Agrimaster mulchers. Serving Donegal, Sligo and Leitrim. Call 086 329 8417 for expert advice and great deals. Paddy McGurl, quality machinery, ready when you are.
Halfway House Christmas Bingo this Monday night at Halfway House Burnfoot. An extra €1,000 to be won on the night. €3,500 must go. Plus, sit beside prizes. The snowball on 45 numbers or less. That's Halfway House Bingo tonight at 8:30.
At Centro, we've got amazing Santa savers from now until the big man arrives, like Inspired by Centra Party Food Range 2 for €8. Award-winning Inspired by Centra Chocolate U-Log 540 gram €9. And Chateauneuf de Pape Remy Ferbra only €15. Stock up with Centra this Christmas. Centra. Live every day. Enjoy alcohol sensibly.
From home and car to farm, commercial and public liability, at Hickey Clark and Langan, they've got you covered for insurance. They shop around all the leading insurers to make sure you get a great deal. If you're looking for a competitive quote, it's easier than you think. Call 91-26688 or call into the office at Ballymacool, Letterkenny. Hickey Clark and Langan, the local name you can trust, is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
And now, all fans of Father Ted, this one's for you. Ted & Co. The Dinner Show is coming to the Waterfront Hotel Dunlow on Saturday 21st of March. A night of hilarious Father Ted style comedy, plus a delicious 4-course dinner included. Tickets just €55. Book now at the Waterfront Hotel Dunlow. Go on, sure you will.
Highland Radio Time Checks brought to you by EirGrid, the operator and developer of Ireland's electricity grid. EirGrid, powering up communities, powering up Ireland. The time is?
The time now is 11:15 on the button, and I'm in studio now with Claire McCall, who's Vice President for Education and Communication at the ATU Students' Union Donegal. Thanks so much for calling up.
Thanks so much for inviting me.
How are you keeping?
I'm good, thank you.
Good
How
stuff.
are you?
I'm doing good for a Monday.
Good,
broadly fine. I don't know why I'm snorting there. Congratulations, because you won the Youth Road Safety Champion Award from the RSA. And this is sort of really just part of your story along the journey, because when you got involved with the union, you know, whenever you take up a position like that, you kind of have things that you want to achieve. And was this something that was particularly important to you, Claire?
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose every year as a union, there's general campaign topics that you do. And I just thought to make it my own. So I wanted to do a campaign topic that spread awareness, and obviously with Donegal last year alone there was 17 fatal road collisions, you know. So I suppose it wasn't just a campaign, it was a topic that affects every community within Donegal.
Do you know, when you think of it, 17 lives lost, particularly coming to this time of year, and it doesn't pass in a moment. It's there for a long time. That's an awful lot of people in a population of our size. As you say quite rightly, every community's been touched by this.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just said the fact that I'm in a union job and that I'm representing, might as well do a topic that spreads awareness, you know, so that's what I did.
And what I like about it too, and this is no disrespect to, you know, me, not that I disrespect myself, but to me or other organisations, I think, Claire, when someone is a peer, right, and the message is coming from someone that those receiving the message can relate to a little bit more, if that makes sense. Yeah. I think that makes it so much more impactful, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know, like, I studied in ATU, I qualified, now I'm in the job my second year, and the fact that it was coming from a student to another student, you know, obviously we had so many partnerships that week, which I needed for the week to happen, but it was a young person delivering the message to more young people.
When I say, for instance, you know, the big things facing young people now, say vaping or access to the internet. When I speak to other adults, they're all adults, right? But when I speak to other older people, there's something about the conversation that it's their native technology. It's stuff that they've been born into, not vaping, but the computers and all that kind of stuff. And then you speak to a couple of people from the youth council about it, and the conversation just takes on a whole different meaning because it's young people talking about issues affecting young people, and it feels far more significant
you
and
can
not
relate
preachy
to one another. That's the thing,
exactly,
you know.
right.
So
you decided then to organise a week in April.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so talk to me about what happened that month.
Yeah, so I suppose in April I organised a Road Safety Awareness Week. So I partnered up with Pamela Smullen from Donegal County Council. She is part of the Road Safety Working Group. And An Garda Síochána, Donegal, and the Road Safety Authority Ireland. So we had a Monday to Thursday Road Safety Awareness Week event. There was something on every single day, and it was live interactions for the students and staff, of course, joined in as well. So it was to deliver a message. My message that week was if students just got into the car and think twice before they start the ignition, that's what I wanted.
You know, it's such an important little message, isn't it? Just
think twice, yeah.
The RSA shuttle bus, is that sort of an interactive experience?
Absolutely.
Talk to me about that.
So it's an RSA shuttle bus, and there's loads of things in the bus as such. So it's they have loads of things. So you have got a motorbike that you can hop on it and see what it's like to drive a motorbike. There's loads of different interactions. So
there's a reality checks, like your reaction time. How quickly do you think you could do something in an
exactly?
environment?
Do you know, there's break speed things that you step on and to see how quick you can actually stop. And then there was VR simulators. So you put on equipment on your face and it brings you to reality, basically. So you're behind the wheel and you can see what it's like to fall asleep behind the wheel, what it's like to be on your phone, the distractions. There was so much in the RSA shuttle
I
bus.
like that, because you know, when you talk about reaction times for braking, and it's like 5 car lengths or 100 meter, you know, it's you can't beat actually saying, no, this is actually what it is. The live demonstrations, where were they set up?
So on the Monday and Tuesday we had a road policing unit outside the campus, and Peter McGee, the guard, came in for the full 2 days, and he was doing live interactions. So he was doing students breathalyzing, he was showing the speed cameras, all that. So it was amazing. That's how we got so much interaction with our students.
And then also you included the impactful Lifesaver program.
Yes,
that's another string in our bow potentially.
Yeah, so Peter McGee delivered that.
Yeah, he's very impressive, isn't he?
He's amazing. He's great at his job.
And so when you sort of witnessed the interaction between the various things and the students, what sort of sprang to mind? Could you see, say for instance, you know, with some of the stuff, like, you know, when something dawns on someone that you know, oh, okay, did you get a sense of that?
Absolutely. So the Monday night of our off-campus events, we had a massive student night out. So obviously they were coming in on the Monday, they were passing the breathalyzer. On the Tuesday, they were coming back and they were feeling it.
Wow.
So there's a key message. You know, obviously I was there present for the whole week of it, and the students were coming up and they couldn't realise that they were failing it. And they were so interested. There were some students, they were coming up, they were failing it, then they were going into our main canteen, they were getting a big breakfast, they'd come back, and it wasn't for a couple of hours after, then they would pass the breathalyzer. So there was a massive message delivered that day that you can be over the limit the next morning if you drink.
Yeah, and again, it's demonstrated. It's not just words, it's demonstrated.
They've seen it for themselves. They were able to blow into it and see what it was like.
Is there a model there that you would like to see this happening annually, or?
Absolutely, but I suppose within the student union, it's up to the officers every single year. So
you would like to say, right, listen,
it's needed.
That's how you do it, but you can't necessarily control that.
No. It depends on the officers every single year. It's absolutely needed. It's such an important week to spread this awareness, especially when you can. So I'm in it again this year, as I say, so I will be doing it again in semester 2, hopefully bigger and better. But no, it depends every year on the officers that does it.
Yeah, and I struggle sometimes too, because we have a role here. It's public service broadcasting in all but funding. But it's to get the message across. 170 people have died so far on our roads. It is 170 this year so far. And I think we're overrepresented by head of population, if you were to look at it like that. And, a lot of these are preventable. And I, as a driver and someone that's driven for a long time, Claire, sometimes you do take it for granted. Sometimes you don't realise that you're driving along in this 1-ton lump of metal that, if something goes wrong, what do you do?
Yeah.
Or if a car crosses the road, are you looking at the road so you can take some, so we have to find different ways just than the words.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we've tried shock and awe, and that's fine. I'm not saying don't do that. We try the bringing along, we try enforcement, but we need to keep trying new things like this initiative that you have here. Do you know what I mean? Because we can't just give up. We have to keep going.
That's the joys of being in a job that I am in. As I said, I wanted to do a different campaign. There's so many we do every single year. Every year does the same campaigns. So this year, or last year I should say, I wanted something new and something that would spread awareness for such an important topic.
Yeah, and it's just getting the message implanted, sort of a thing, isn't it? Because these things are you can't measure the success of them. It's like when we do public health announcements or whatever it might be, or we talk about mental health supports or addiction supports. You don't know how effective you are, but you hope it reaches the people that need to hear it.
Absolutely. Like I went into that week, I didn't know whether it would be successful. I was just like, we're going to take the chance and we're going to hope that it does all run smoothly. And it did, so that's
well done. And listen, it's fantastic for you to get, I know it's not your motivation, but it's a fantastic achievement for you to get the Youth Road Safety Campaign Award from the RSA. We should all be proud of yourself, obviously, but we should all be proud of you. Where are you originally from?
Monaghan, yeah.
Monaghan,
so
okay.
I lived in Monaghan and then I came up to ATU to study and I never left.
You loved it so much you just stuck it out?
I stuck it out.
Okay, right. Listen, Claire, is there anything you want to add?
No, I just probably want to say thank you. So thank you to everyone that partnership up with me. So Pamela was absolutely amazing from Donegal County Council, Donegal County Council themselves, the Road Safety Authority Ireland, on Garda Síochána Donegal and ATU.
I was going to say they have to back you too, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, listen, Claire, congratulations again. Look forward to it going again in 26. It would be lovely if it sort of, because the students, there's a turnover, right? So that it became part of the calendar. But for now, congratulations again, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Claire McCall there, Vice President for Education and Communication, ATU, and the Students' Union Donegal.
Watch the show live now on YouTube, Facebook, and at highlandradio.com. The 9 till noon show with Letterkenny Credit Union, now offering mortgages from €40,000 to €600,000 with no hidden fees or transaction charges. Letterkenny Credit Union, 9102127.
Celebrate this festive season with a meal to remember from Dunnes Stores. Slice into our show-stopping succulent Irish beef sirloin with sizes starting from just $19.99. Mix and match any two for $5.50 on a range of delicious vegetable sides. And finish in style with our new creamy profiterole dessert for just €5. And better yet, you can save more with your 10.50 voucher. Make Christmas for everyone at Dunnes Stores. Terms and conditions apply. Vouchers can be used on next grocery shop.
Mike Denver with guests Ray Lynham, Claudia Buckley and Jack Keogh in concert at Jackson's Hotel Ballybuffet on Thursday, February 5th. Tickets on sale now at hotel reception and ticketmaster.ie. That's Mike Denver and guests in concert at Jackson's Hotel Ballybuffet on Thursday, February 5th. The perfect Christmas gift.
Imagine sinking into a perfect comfort every night. At Restex Beds, we believe a better sleep means a better life. Choose from our vast range of quality mattresses and find the one that's perfect for you. Restex Beds, Mountaintop Letterkenny. Leave the rest to us.
Ho, 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 ho! The thrill of the fun fair, the joy of Christmas market, and the excitement of real ice skating, all at Donegal Skates this Christmas. Donegal Skates at Kiltoy Roundabout, Letterkenny, until January the 4th.
In the big winter suit sale at Watson Menswear, there's a large selection of suits at half price, including a selection at just €99. With minimum reductions of 20%, it's a great opportunity to get suited for an upcoming wedding, prom or big Christmas event. At Watson Menswear, Main Street, Letterkenny.
O'Reilly's Sports Store is now open at Unit 4, Northern Point Business Centre, Shesh O'Neill Ballybuffet. Drop in today and get your last-minute Christmas gifts. Discover exciting brands like Ballet, Precision, Club Shops and loads more. Perfect gifts for every sports fan. Now open Sundays. Visit O'Reilly's Sports Ballybuffet.
Now, we all, I suppose you could say because of the time difference, woke up on Sunday morning to the horrific news coming from Australia. I can only imagine, too, the nervousness there was amongst people from Donegal and wherever you might be from who have loved ones in and around the Bondi Beach earlier when a suspected Islamist gunmen shot and killed at least 15 people, this at a Jewish festival on Bondi Beach. Nathan Gallagher is from Burton Port and was at the scene. Nathan, thanks for joining us. How are you keeping?
Yeah, no worries at all. I'm keeping good. It was quite a traumatizing experience, but I was glad to help in the end.
Talk to me through it. So you work offshore, you could say, I suppose, or you're on a fishing boat tagging sharks off Bondi Beach. How did things unfold from your perspective out there?
Yeah, that's correct. So we were tagging sharks. We were just finishing up our day. And next thing we heard the gunshots, which I initially thought was fireworks. And we heard 3 or 4 and realised they weren't fireworks and it was gunfire. So I immediately stopped what we were doing and made our way into Bondi without a second thought.
Yeah, because that's interesting. You went towards the gunfire rather than sort of going away from it. Was that just something instinctive amongst you, Nathan?
Yeah, it was instinctive. I could see people on the beach. The beach was super, super busy. And there were surfers in the water, and I just wanted to get over there to pull people out to safety. I wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing that I was in the area and I didn't contribute to families and people's safety.
Now, it was clear, was it then, that you, as you were approaching the beach, Nathan, that there was something happening? You would have, I presume, heard the screams, the gunshots. It then began to make sense, but you could never imagine something like this would happen in, what we all associate Bondi Beach to be all about.
I know it's absolutely crazy what has happened, and like you said, you would never expect it in Bondi. You would never expect it in Australia in general. As we approached, you could actually see people running from the beach side to side. There was people hiding behind the lifeguards' buggies, and it was just absolute chaos. People were in the water, they didn't know what to do, and as I approached, I just started yelling at people to swim to the boat. I don't know if I said it as nice as that, but I was definitely trying to get people's attention, and I was pulling people on as fast as I could.
Because whilst it's a big open space, these are people with high-powered rifles. It must have felt like there was no escape. So to see that opportunity to get ashore or to get aboard a boat, that would have felt like safety. In terms of timeline, Nathan, I mean, these were quite a way out from the shore, but with the nature of the sea, sound carrying and all that kind of crack, like, how long could you hear gunfire for?
About 20 minutes roughly.
Jeez, wow.
It's hard to say how many rounds actually went off, but my estimate is around 40 to 60 rounds.
Absolutely
It was,
unbelievable.
yeah, it was absolute madness, honestly, and you could hear they were changing between two guns. So I initially thought it was a sniper, but it turned out to be a rifle, and they also had shotguns as well and bombs.
Unbelievable. And at what point then did you sort of get confirmation from shore as to what exactly was happening?
I never got confirmation from shore. I seen people running. I heard a gunfire. It sounded extremely close to us, and we knew what was happening, but we just didn't know where it was coming from and how many people were shooting.
And what was the mood like on the boat? Because obviously you were able to just get anyone onto the boat as possible, and then you have to find a place, obviously, to to moor and get people off. I believe that's Watson's Bay, which is quite some distance away. So what was happening on the boat? Because I presume families had all partners had been split up and no information and uncertainty.
Yeah, no, there was a young girl who lost her boyfriend. She didn't know where he was. None of them had a phone, obviously. Their keys and all their life was on that beach. So I gave them all my phone, and they made phone calls to their families and to let them know they were safe. And then as soon as we got back to Watson's Bay, I offered them a lift, but they wanted to see their family, and I totally understood that. So their family came and collected them in Watson's Bay.
Have you had any contact from any other Irish or Donegal people? I was in contact with the families of a couple of people that were actually on the beach, and thankfully they were able to make their escape. But it's astonishing how there is this Donegal connection to such a horrible event on the other end of the world.
No, for sure. My cousin lives in Bondi. She's lived in there for years now. And while we were making our way back to Watson's Bay, I called her, and she was on her balcony and she heard the gunshots. So I had family in Bondi too, and I was just terrified that she was on the beach. So my first instinct was to ring her and make sure she was safe as well.
What does this mean now? I mean, we're just over 24 hours removed from this, Nathan, but the reputation of Bondi Beach and what it stands for and what it means is worldwide. But this was a massacre on such a scale, and a kind of, I suppose, it exposes how vulnerable we can be in spaces like that. So it's very early, but what do you think this means for life in that area or Australia more generally? Because everyone's going to be sort of on guard that is there another attack planned? Were these two people acting alone? What's next?
Yeah, well, I can safely confirm, and I'll send you the screenshots. But the 24-year-old who committed the crime with his father put on Snapchat that these attacks were going to happen, and on New Year's that it's going to be worse. So I can send you them through message, but it's terrifying to think. I mean, Australia, Sydney, Bondi, these places are major places during New Year's and Christmas time that tourists come here and watch the fireworks and celebrate the activities in the Christmas period. So to be aware that these things are a possibility of happening is absolutely terrifying to any family, and I feel like people should be talking about it. It's not talked enough about, and if I have a platform to speak about it, and I've seen the posts, I feel like people should be very careful over the festive period.
Because if, say, for instance, the authorities ramp up security at Bondi Beach, these people can pivot, and you can't have security anywhere, and God forbid the murder of 15 people in Bondi Beach, you have the exact same impact if it were at Watson's Bay or even 1,000 miles away. And what I find particularly concerning about this too is that the authorities in Australia had contact with the younger person who was born and bred in Australia, it has to be said, but they had contact with him in 2019, concerned that he was being radicalised. At that point, they said there is no imminent threat. Well, here we are 6 years later, and there'll be serious scrutiny of that interaction, I think, Nathan.
Yeah, it's terrifying, and you can never be sure. But if you get a lead like that, you should never, like, we shouldn't be turning blind eyes and just investigating. We should thoroughly investigate and screen everyone. Now, I spoke about it a little bit, and I said that these people should be screened. They shouldn't be allowed into the country, and I thoroughly believe that. But I'm a huge believer in immigration. I believe immigration is great for every country, but we need to be more cautious and more vigorous with letting people in.
Listen, if
willy-nilly,
Catholics
in my
could be,
opinion.
if Catholics, I'll just pick Catholics, could be radicalised to a point where, and I'm not saying there isn't sort of Christian motivated crime, don't get me wrong, but it would be
No,
far
100% there
easier.
is.
It'd be far easier to have the conversation. I think there is a particular issue that we've seen of people being radicalised in that religion. And you know, everybody knows it doesn't speak to all the religion or all people that have that religion, but they have to figure out some way to weed out what's going on.
100%. I personally have Muslim friends myself. I have people that I'm friends with Mexicans, Americans. It's a small minority of people, and it's unfair that the crimes that these people are committing is painting an opinion for all of them, and I don't agree with it, and I think it's unfortunate.
And we must also remember too, don't we? It was a Muslim man that intervened to disarm one of the gunmen, a fruit shop owner, and God knows if he didn't do that and that person had access to that weapon for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes, how many more people could have perished. That must be remembered too.
Now, he was an absolute hero, and that man deserves a bravery award through and through. I mean, what he done for every single person that was in Bondi that day should and will live with people for the rest of their lives, because that man was heroic.
Nathan, lastly, you know, I mean, bad things can happen anywhere, but you talked of the screenshots that you've seen and what could be to come. Would you, or do you think any other in the Irish community over there are at a point, anywhere close to a point where you start second guessing your future there because of increased risk? Or I don't want to over amplify it either, Nathan.
No, listen, I felt safe in Sydney. I felt like I could go to Bondi, go for a walk. I feel like I could have went to the city and enjoyed my day there. But I said to my girlfriend, I mean, I had a sleepless night last night. I was jumping out of my bed, scared actually, and I scared her. But the thought of going into the city now is scary. The thought of going to Bondi is scary, and it should not happen in a country as beautiful as Australia and as beautiful as any country in the world.
Okay. Well, listen, Nathan, fair play for what you did when you did it, going towards the danger to help others when a lot of people's instinct would be to go the other way. We're delighted that you're safe. Hopefully, as time moves on, there can be some reassurance that maybe it can return to that safe space that you felt it was previously. But for now, Nathan, look after yourself and best wishes to everyone over there.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, Nathan, look after yourself. We can also say hello now to Michelle Doherty from Glen Gad, but was on Bondi Beach with her 11-year-old son before this attack. Michelle, how are you keeping today? Hello, Michelle? No, I don't have Michelle there. You might reconnect her if that's okay. A texter said, my son lives in Bondi and was on the beach waiting on his cousin. He was under the bridge where the gunmen were. Yes, and these sort of images now are going to be... Oh, sorry, I know what the problem is. I beg your pardon. Sorry, Michelle, that's my fault. I beg your pardon.
That's all right. No, because I could hear you.
Yeah, it's just there was a switch that I hadn't switched back. Michelle, talk to me about Sunday evening as it was for you and how things unfolded. You were there. Had you left by the time this had happened?
Yes. So basically, Max is part of the North Bondi Surf Club, which is about 200 metres from where this happened. We were down there just for a Christmas party for the kids. And I just left, I'd say maybe 10 minutes before it happened, walked through the door. And Mark, Max's dad, called and he was like, are you and Max home? And I said, yeah. And he said, Michelle, there's been a shooting in Bondi. And I was like, what? So we came in and I opened our balcony door of the apartment and you could actually hear the gunshots ringing out. And then the helicopters started swarming and sirens were going off like I've never heard before, which is very alien for us here in Bondi. As your previous guest, sorry, I missed his name, and he's the guy that picked up the people on the boat.
Yeah, Nathan. Yeah, from Barton Port.
Yeah, Nathan. Yeah. So it's like so happy-go-lucky. Everyone's just so happy to live in such a safe and beautiful part of the world, and we all, just go around with a smile on our face because it's just such a safe place to live, and to hear these noises is just so distressing and very unsettling for all of us. Yeah.
I mean, then you start wondering about, well, if this party had been scheduled a little bit later and coincided more with the Hanukkah celebrations, the what ifs. We try and put them out of our minds, Michelle, but human nature, especially when one of our children be with us, human nature is that it's hard to separate, isn't it?
It's not just very much so, yeah. So 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later could have been a very different story, but look, somebody was telling us to leave at that time, and thankfully we got on safe. But even just having to tell Max about it, like he's 11 years of age, he doesn't know this stuff goes on in the world, and unfortunately for a lot of people it happens a lot. But it's just very alien and very unfamiliar for us.
I presume, listen, in life, there's ups and downs, but for the last 8 years in Australia, it must have been, like living the dream. As I say, obviously things happen in life where it's not always rosy in the garden, but this just pulls the rug, I'd imagine, from under all of that. This haven.
Very much so, yeah. It just shows you that it can happen anywhere, I think that's what we've all woke up to this morning, is that realization that, not everywhere's safe and things can change very, very quickly. Just a very somber atmosphere today, very eerie. Nobody's really around. The roads are sort of blocked off around where we live, which makes it feel even more confronting because it's literally on our doorstep. And then just like I was chatting to someone earlier and I was saying, even like it's summer here and it was a really grey day. It was almost like, the weather was reflecting on the mood in Bondi today. And myself and Max went for a wee walk this evening just to get out of the house because you're trying to make life as normal as possible. We took our wee dog for a walk, but we went way up the north end of Bondi and we came back down over the boat ramp, it's called. And when we got to the end of the promenade on the north end, I'd say there was about 30 people on the beach in total, and that's not Bondi. It's summertime here. No matter morning, noon or night, you walk out to the promenade and it's just hopping and there's people everywhere. It just felt really eerie and really just.
And the thing about it is Michelle, people, the motivation for these attacks are obviously to take life, which is horrendous, but see this impact it's having on you, see this conversation we're having, that's part of it as well.
Yeah.
And it's
100%.
It's frustrating to be part of it, but what can you do? Throw a party on the beach? No. But this is what and also what it does is it instills fear because it exposes our vulnerability.
100%, yeah, 100%. And, it's not just an attack on the Jewish community, which is so distressful for everybody involved, but it is an attack on Bondi and it's an attack on Australia.
Yeah.
Like one of the safest places to live. I mean, if we had a choice, will we live on the other side of the world? Not a chance. But we live here, we choose to live here because we have a safe and a really lovely life. And it has so much to offer, and terrorism like this just doesn't.
No, and now
for it here.
Maybe 15 years ago, you would rebuild a certain way, but now it's going to be rebuilt in a context of more polarized politics, where, you know, anti-Semitism this, anti-Muslim that. There'll be politicians that will weaponize it. There'll be people get elected off the back of this. It's just the world we live in now. It's crazy. We're not going to rebuild like we would have in the past as a community with outstretched arms. It's just everything's weaponized. And listen, Michelle,
it's turned everything.
Yeah, hasn't it? You know, it's kind of sickening. Listen, best wishes to you, Michelle, and wee Max.
Thank you,
and I'm
Greg.
sure you'll guide him through this, and he'll come out none the worse for it. And I'm so pleased that you didn't get directly caught up on it.
Yeah, I went in to check on him about 5 times last night and just kissed him. I was like, oh my God, thank God we're safe. Yeah.
We don't, I know. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Greg.
Very
You
human.
take care,
God bless you. All right, look after yourself. Take care.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, offering low-rate car loans with fast approval. Apply online at letterkennycu.ie or in office today.
Glencar Spar, your day starts and ends here. Open Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. until 11 p.m. Enjoy fresh coffee, hot deli favourites, chilled treats, and all your grocery essentials. Plus, get Christmas ready with festive must-haves, family hampers, and even special hampers for your pets. Convenience, value, and holiday cheer all in one stop at Glencar Spar.
Introducing Secret RF Microneedling to Genesis Clinic Gidor, a treatment that tightens, lifts and reduces wrinkles, stretch marks and scars. PDO thread lifts, exosomes and skin boosters are also available, improving facial contours and lifting jowls, the neck, cheeks and eyebrows. Genesis also offers dermal fillers and laser treatments for rosacea and acne, plus all skin conditions. Christmas vouchers available from the clinic and online. Genesis Clinic Gidor, 074 95 325 75.
Burglars are now doing their Christmas shopping. And guess what? They might just be calling with you. Install a wire-free burglar alarm from Sheridan Security Systems before December 31st and get 6 months round-the-clock monitoring free. Contact us today on 912-6025 for a free quotation. Have a peaceful Christmas with Sheridan Security.
Darren knows these roads. He knows every turn, every tree, every person's house. He knows when he wants to put his foot down. But here's something he doesn't know. He doesn't know that Jim is searching for his phone and has taken his eye off the road, just around the corner ahead. Darren doesn't know this. But they're both about to find out very quickly. Even if you know the road, you don't know what's coming. Say no to speeding. A message from the Road Safety Authority. Visit rsa.ie.
Highland Radio weather updates with McElhenney's. Find Christmas inspiration for everyone, from top beauty gifts to perfect last-minute ideas. Visit us in Ballybuffet to explore the full range, or shop online anytime at mcelhenneys.com.
It's been such an by the way, the weather's going to be mostly dry today. Temperatures around about 13 degrees. It's been such a busy morning. We kind of have lost the run of the fact that we're giving away €1,000, and I've got in studio with me Oisin Kelly. Hi. I know. Have you unscrewed the screw? You're not the first person to struggle with that, you know.
The screw's not screwing, correct?
No. Well, now just slide the metal, Oisin. But speaking of money and money going about the place, over to Donna Marie Doherty. Donna Marie, where are you?
I am in Ardra filling station, and I'm here with Dara O'Dwyer, because Dara, there's unfinished business in Ardra.
That's correct. The National Lottery is here in Ardra filling station to find the winner of a €500,000 Daily Million Plus prize.
So, give me a bit of background. When did this all kind of kick off?
Yeah, so this happened. The player came in on the 10th of October to buy a Daily Millions ticket with the plus, and they purchased it on the 10th of October for the draw on the 12th of October, and on that 2 p.m. draw on the 12th of October they won €500,000. Now you have 90 days to claim any National Lottery prize, and we're getting close to that deadline, so that's why I'm here today.
So somebody is sitting on €500,000. We're coming up to Christmas, and we were chatting a wee bit before they're off air that if they find it today or tomorrow, it will be in their bank account by Friday.
Yeah, that's it. If if you did come into our draft filling station, really the thing is now to start rummaging through those kitchen drawers, maybe in the glove box of your car. There's so many places that people hide tickets, and we meet winners all the time. And so start having a look, because you could get it in time for Christmas.
Where
but
could
if
it
not,
be?
you have until the 10th of January to claim that
Greg's
prize.
just saying there, where of all the places that people have held tickets, where have they been?
Well, Greg, the most random one I've heard is someone won a couple of million euro last year, and they actually buried their ticket in a jam jar in the back garden, went on holidays for 2 weeks to the Gran Canaria, came back, dug it back up, and then claimed that prize.
There's loads of here. We have in the attic insulation's a good one. Inside the fridge, that sounds like a new people who like sleepwalk type thing.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things. Inside the fridge, in a Ziploc sandwich bag as well was another one. There's random ones in there as well. And there's one that I really liked was they carried it on them at all times. That was not getting out of their hands whatsoever. So yeah, many random places people hide their tickets.
So Donna Marie, in case the person doesn't realise they have their ticket, right? Because you'd have to have nerves of steel to wait to the last minute, wouldn't you, before you actually went and claimed the prize. So it's likely they perhaps forgot they bought it, or maybe from down the country. But listen, we'll hope they're listening. So remind us where the ticket was bought, what kind of ticket was it, and how much is it worth?
So the ticket is worth €500,000. It was bought here in Ardra filling station on the 10th of October. And just remind us, what kind of ticket was it?
So it was a Daily Millions ticket, and it was for the draw on the 12th of October, the 2 p.m. draw on the 12th of October, which was a Sunday. So they have until the 10th of January to try claim that prize of €500,000 and join the many winners that National Lotteries had so far in 2025. We had obviously a huge Euro Millions win there over the weekend, which was €17 million in County Cavan. And so far this year, we've had 27 National Lottery millionaires, and we're hopefully having a €500,000 millionaire in County Donegal hopefully soon.
Yeah, they
Fingers
teased it
crossed.
being an Ulster winner on Saturday and then revealed. I was all excited. Is it going to be Donegal? Then it turned out to be Cavan, but sure, look at
Maybe it was somebody travelling through.
We hope so.
We hope and pray.
Listen, right, we'll get more from you a little later on. Donna Marie, thank you so much for joining us. I greatly appreciate it. Marjorie Kay, hey, you weren't in Ardra, were you, on the 10th of October and bought a Euro Millions ticket by any chance? No?
Unfortunately, no.
What do you mean, unfortunately, no? You're lucky. We know you're lucky.
Well, thank goodness for that. I'm not sure it's my name's on the ticket, though, after saying that.
Listen, congratulations to you. Shall I tell you what names? Shall I tell you what name is on the ticket, or should we keep it between us so you can change your mind, Marjorie?
No, you can tell me.
It's Stuart. Stuart's name's on the ticket.
Oh, right? Very good. That's my other half.
Oh,
so
well, it's yours anyway.
Great.
Hey, come here. What's yours is yours, and what's his is yours, and that's fine.
That's sort of the way it is. Yeah.
Congratulations,
I'm
Marjorie.
delighted.
Where did you buy? When did you buy the ticket? Sorry.
Oh, back almost at the beginning. I was in for whatever length of time now. Yeah, it's quite a while since I bought it.
Okay, well, congratulations to you, Marjorie and Stuart. You've won €1,000. We're going to put your ticket back in the draw drum, and who's to say you could be driving around in a new Renault in January. But listen, thank you very much for entering. Congratulations, and a very happy Christmas.
Thank you very much.
Look after yourself.
Happy Christmas to you too and all your team.
Lovely stuff.
Much appreciated.
Thanks so much, Marjorie. Hey there. Right, Lee. Oisin, always nice to give away $1,000, isn't it?
Very nice. Congratulations to Marjorie and Stuart. Nice we left to get the week before Christmas.
Ticket 1813. Is that back in?
It's back in.
And
Back in.
locked it.
Locked it. The screw is on. Yeah.
The screw
is on.
behind you in relation to that. All right. Okay. So thank you for calling in. There's another 1,000 tomorrow.
Another 1,000 the whole way to the
Wednesday,
19th.
Thursday,
Then the big
Friday.
car draw. Then obviously next week. So and Marjorie or Stuart can still win the car, which is
I like it. I like it because you put Stuart's name down as well. It's effectively yours. We all know how that works, don't we?
Yeah.
All right, Osh. Thanks very much
All right,
indeed.
Greg.
Really appreciate that. Okay, thanks, Osh. Well done, Marjorie and Stuart. They are the latest €1,000 winners. Now our lines are back open again. So we've got a grand tomorrow, a grand Wednesday, a grand Thursday, a grand Friday, and then the grand prize is that Renault Symbios, which is worth in excess of €35,000. And you know what? I don't want to sound parochial or, oh, it's just Donegal, and it's just Derry, it's just Tyrone. People listen to us from all over the world, but every time it's a local winner in our comp, and I love that because it's like our competition as well. That sounds terrible, but I hope you understand the spirit that I mean it in. What a wonderful day it's been today. I've really enjoyed the programme, and we've got more of this kind of a theme running up to Christmas now. Stay tuned, because John Breslin is around the Northwest after 12, and his team will be joined by, he will be joined by Lee Gooch and the team from another school. They're going to Devlin Ria, which I wouldn't mind sticking my head in, actually, because it's got a bit of local interest for wee Hudson and stuff. So might end up I won't be on there, but I wouldn't mind going and seeing it. So we'll see if we can make that happen. Right, that's where we have to leave it on the show today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to all of you who watched the show as well. Whichever way you joined us, we really do appreciate it. But for me, Greg Hughes, Caroline Orr, who researches and produces every single day, assisted by Shannon Wilkins, we're going to bid you farewell. And just to remind you to stay safe and stay tuned, because as I mentioned, John Breslin is around the Northwest after the news headline.